This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com. Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
The views and statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right, we are ready to rock and roll. Yes, sir. Welcome aboard to a beautiful Tuesday on the program. Of course, it's an afternoon show because we were at practice this morning, so we were out there hanging out. Kind of a light practice. Tua had a couple of nice throws. Saw another play by Cameron Good. Let's see. Jalen Phillips, some good stuff. It'll pick up tomorrow and Thursday because we've got the Eagles in town. So the Dolphins will be practicing against the Eagles for the next 2 days as they get ready for their Saturday matchup against the Eagles. So there you go. It's a beautiful thing. Sean Stanley, of course, is mastering this program like he does every single day here on the show. Yes, lots of things to talk about today on the show. We got a bunch of people to talk to. Omar Kelly at 4, Cameron Wolf at 4:30, Manny Navarro at 5 o'clock. We got a loaded show for you. I see the folks are starting to file in on the chat board. The chat board's it's already in, right? You already did that adjustment, right, Sean? Right? I can announce it, right? So, no. Okay, you haven't made that change yet. Oh wow! I thought you were going to make that change. I thought you were going to be Michael Jackson. You did not make that change. Okay, all right. Oh, then I can't say it. Can't say it. He's not allowing me to say it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Not allowed to do it. John Padilla in the house. Heat Fins. Richard Machado says looking forward to joint practices this week. True Fin fan. Still home with COVID, but I'm here, sir. Wow. Hang in there, man. I hope you feel better. Yes, Sean.
I have to wait till you go live, actually. I have to leave the studio. I'll be right back, and then you can announce it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
So you have to, I have to wait till you go live each time. You just reminded me while I was going to have you run the other stuff at the beginning so I could do it while we were live. But yeah.
All during the music playing and all the other stuff.
Yeah. And I totally forgot that you just said something, and I was like, oh.
So you've got to institute that in every show that way?
Yeah, because the way we set up our shows.
Oh.
Because we set it up through StreamYard, not through.
Aha. Okay. All right. Well,
go
do your thing.
Actually, because what we were sent is a little bit different going the way that we do it, but it does work similarly.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to drop off
thing.
for a minute, and I'll be back.
Go ahead, drop off, and we'll be doing our thing, and then we'll explain it to you. It's nothing serious or anything. It's actually just something that eliminates a pain in the ass. Thanks to Dougie Fresh, by the way. You guys help us out in many different ways. It's not just by telling me, hey, this is good for your voice. Get a little honey and lime and all that. No, you guys help out this show in so many ways. Not just watching, not just hitting the like button, not just all that kind of stuff, but it's good. Big O, you showing up to joint practices tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow and Thursday. I was there today. I'll be there tomorrow and Thursday. Thursday, we'll be out at Hialeah Park at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. So we're doing an afternoon show. All right. Tomorrow, Inside the Paint will be at 3 p.m. So we'll come on at 4. Okay. So just in case, you're expecting Inside the Paint tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., not happening. We're going to have afternoon shows today, Wednesday, and Thursday because of Dolphin practice. Working on some other things too. I'm trying, man. I'm telling you, my head is spinning because I'm trying to go into like 800, different directions, which is a beautiful thing. So it is what it is. KD staying with the Nets. Hopefully Miami goes for Collins now. If not, I don't know how I feel simply running it back. Well, I mean, listen, what are you going to do? They're going to have to play their best, and they're going to have to improve from within. But let's first talk about Kevin Durant, okay? Before I get into that, now that you mentioned the whole Kevin Durant thing, I was so humored by all of this, by the whole thing by Kevin Durant, because I thought players had power. I thought they could dictate what they wanted to do. Or is it that you don't have any power until you have some real leverage? And since he had signed his contract, he's got no power, apparently. And neither does Donovan Mitchell. You signed your deal. Now, if you hadn't signed the deal and you're a year out from your contract expiring, of course you're going to have some leverage, because you can tell the team that is not, that is interested in you, now I'm not playing for you, and then they don't trade for you. So you have some leverage in that sense. But once you sign your 4-year contract, they can trade you wherever they want, or they don't. So Kevin Durant now has got to stick his tail between his legs after he said he didn't want the coach and he didn't want the general manager, and he told the owner, it's them or me. Well, he chose them, not you, dude. And guess what? Now your bitch ass has to go in there and take orders from the people you wanted fired. And I got to tell you something. This is what you call karma. Because Kevin Durant has been such a king-size asshole that he kind of deserves some negativity in his life. In fact, he deserves a lot of negativity in his life because he's been such a jerk and he's turned into such a jerk. This is what's happening to him. You should have stayed in Golden State, dude. And now you got to go back and count on Kyrie Irving? Good luck with that. Oh, by the way, we'll throw in a little Ben Simmons, too. So Kevin Durant looks like a complete craphead, is what he looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. You ran your mouth and you got nothing. You bitched, you complained, and you got nothing. So what's the release say? Now that Kevin Durant is going back? Well, Sean Marks says Coach Steve Nash and I, together with Governors Joe Tsai and Clara Wu Tsai, met with Kevin Durant and Rich Kleiman in Los Angeles. We have agreed to move forward with our partnership. We are focusing on basketball with one collective goal in mind, building a lasting franchise to build a championship to Brooklyn. So the guy that demanded on the 30th got nothing and will like it. And now you've got to count on Kyrie Irving. I still don't care about that team. I don't fear that team. I'm not worried about it. So screw you. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not really worried about the Nets. They'll fall apart on their own. Kyrie Irving is unreliable. His body breaks down all the time. Ben Simmons is a complete wuss. Okay? He's a wuss. Has nothing to do with any kind of mental issues and this and that. No, he's a wuss. That's what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. just like Jonathan Martin, a big ass wuss. That's all. So a wuss, a guy that's often broken down, and the disgruntled star. You guys can go have fun. But I'm just laughing that Kevin Durant has no power. Zero. And you demanded that you wanted your bosses fired, and the big boss said, "Nah, they're more important than you are." And by the way, to say that Steve Nash is more important than Kevin Durant should be taking that as an insult, because Steve Nash hasn't shown any of us anything as a coach. Hell of a player, Hall of Fame player. No doubt in my mind, Steve Nash, Hall of Fame player. Great point guard. As a coach, ugh. But that's hilarious that he's got to go back with his tail between his legs. That is just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, we added a new feature on the show, and I don't know if I see it here. It says Big O Radio Show turned on subscribers mode only. So now the people that are on the chat board are only subscribers. So the hit and run can't come in anymore. All those bots, they can't chime in anymore. So the people that aren't really committed to the show, they're not going to be able to chat on the board. So it's a good way of weeding out the idiots. It's a great way of blocking all the bots, and that way Sean and I don't have to spend our time, blocking bots, because they're not going to subscribe to the show. So only way you can actually chat on our YouTube chat board is by subscribing. So thank you, Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh is the one that gave us the idea, and that is a great way of cleaning it up. And now people like Nizzle and Greater Good and 6193 and True Fin Fan and Yater and Ragin and the people that really give a shit about this program, and they're dedicated to it, and they love us, we love them, and they support us, and that's kind of what it's all about. So that way, if you care, you subscribe. If you don't care, then don't subscribe, but you're not going to be able to chat. And so that way we can weed out a whole bunch of people that we don't really need on the chat board, and then I've got to spend my time either blocking them, or Sean's got to spend his time blocking them, and then accidentally we block some of you, the people that actually matter to us. And that's the part that sucks, because it happened to us actually with Dougie Fresh, right? Wasn't it Dougie Fresh that we accidentally blocked? He was close to, yeah. Well, see, Dougie Fresh, that's kind of your own fault, because you're kind of a horny bastard. So I'd figure your text would be caught up right next to a sex bot. So
yeah, he was sandwiched in between sex bots, so it happened.
And that's the way Dougie Fresh likes it. He likes to be sandwiched between sex bots. So no, but in all seriousness, we accidentally blocked Dougie on that one, and we had to fix it. Dougie thought we got mad at him, which couldn't ever happen. You know what I mean? But it's just like one of those deals. So great job by Dougie Fresh. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that's on the chat board. Love it all. All right. Troy Ortiz says, "Oh, in your opinion, does Skylar have a better arm than Tua?" Oh, yes. 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 He has the best arm in camp. No doubt about it. Yes. Now, he doesn't have the accuracy that Tua has. Okay, he will still have his moments where the arm gets a little erratic, but man, that's why I liked him from the get-go, because in every ask Sean, he's been to a lot of practices too. He will make some throws that you're like, wow. Did you see him put it right there in that threaded in the needle, like tight ass window, and he fired it in there. And you're like, wow. He'll make big league throws, and they will leave you wowed. And you're like, okay, who is this guy? And then every day it's a couple of those throws. And let me tell you something, to his credit, the erratic throws have also lessened for Skyler. He had more of them in the beginning of camp and less of them as camp has gone on. So to his credit, he grasps the offense and he is working on mechanics and accuracy because probably his accuracy issues are off of mechanics. Some guys aren't just like Michael Vick was never going to be a great accurate quarterback. Ryan Tannehill never going to be a great accurate quarterback. He will not have what Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and those guys and the Russell Wilsons and the Pat Mahomes and you know who I'm talking about, Warren Moons, those kind of cats that they're deadly accurate all the effing time. You know what I mean? It's rare that they have a bad throw. Those are the ones you're like, whoa, okay, bad throw. And you just chalk it up because you never see it from those guys. It comes rarely, maybe once a game. You know what I mean? But these kind of guys are different. And so that I will give him credit that he has worked on the erratic throws too have been lessened as camp has gone on. But there is no doubt Skyler has the biggest arm in camp. That's not that goes without any kind of discussion whatsoever. Again, big arm doesn't mean you're a great quarterback. That's also not that you're saying that, by the way, but we have people out there that they think that you have a big arm, that's it, that makes you a great quarterback, and not even close. Not even close. So, True Fin Fan says, can I get an amen? You're a Doll fan no matter what. Fins up, baby. Well, you got to be a Doll fan no matter what. Let's see. Eric Storm says Saban signed an extension through 2030 that pays him $11.7 million per year. Yeah. Yep. Highest paid coach once again. DJ Gallagher in the house. Mike Jamorizik, I think. I don't know. I always pronounce. I never pronounce that right. One day I'm going to meet you, Mike, and you're going to tell me exactly how to pronounce your name. Jamrozik. There we go. I heard someone compare Skyler to Tony Romo, which is, I think, a good comparison. I'm trying to think. I don't think he throws it like Tony, actually. I'm trying to think of who he throws it like. Give me some time. I'm looking at his motion and trying to think of somebody, but it's not Romo, actually. It's not Romo. Romo is actually a better athlete than these guys, actually, than all three of the guys. One day, hopefully, Skyler is good enough to be a backup. Let's hope next year he's good enough to be a backup. That's what we need. We need him to learn enough to get to backup level next year. That way, you don't spend a lot of money in your backup because backup quarterbacks are expensive nowadays. I don't know if you guys realize that, but you pay a lot of money for backup quarterbacks in today's world. You're going to pay $7, $8, $9, $10 million for backup quarterbacks. That's just a going rate nowadays. This is why we talked about this 2 weeks ago, that it's so important that Skyler becomes the guy, because what did I tell you about a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Next year, when you lose Teddy, if Skyler's good enough to become the backup, you have him at 7th round money. Okay, so the kid's making like $300,000 or something next year, $350,000, and you're paying Teddy, I don't know what it is, probably $8 or $9 million. You go look around the league. Go look at the teams that have experienced backup quarterbacks. Go check out their salaries. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Let them grow up to be backup quarterbacks in the NFL. You will make a world of money for a long time. I'm just wondering. Let me go check. Just let me have some fun, just to show you, because I'm pretty sure he's making a nice check, and it's somebody that you guys know. And no, it's not Ryan Tannehill, because obviously he's a starter for now until Malik takes over. But there's another guy that you guys are kind of very well in tune with. And he's a guy that's been floating around the NFL for quite a bit. And I'm going to see what his price is right now. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Just to kind of show you what the hell the market is like. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he doesn't make as much money. Actually, I am wrong. It's only $3.265 million. Chad Henne. $3.265 million. How about that? So it's not a world of money. I thought he would make more money. But some of the, I guess he's not considered a really good backup quarterback. I guess that must be the thing why he's not getting, that much money. But normally a guy that is a pretty good backup quarterback, you're going to be paying him $7, $8, $9 million. I'm trying to think of like a team that has a experienced backup quarterback and to try to find the salary. And I'll show you that it's ridiculous nowadays that you're going to pay a little extra money to have a Teddy Bridgewater type sitting there behind you, because that's just the way it goes. You have no choice, but it's a position that you're normally put in. And for a lot of teams, they've got to go in this direction because they've got to have that guy behind their quarterback that, one, is kind of a coach and kind of a not just a break glass type of guy, but at the same time, this is a guy that you think can help you keep the ship afloat. So he's actually somewhat usable. You know what I'm saying? But if you have an experienced guy, you're going to have to pay. That's why you want a Skyler, so you don't pay. If you could get a young guy to back up that's actually pretty good, you're not going to pay a lot of money. But if you get a guy that is experienced, you're going to have to pay $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11 million for a backup. I forgot what was the guy with the Eagles a couple years ago? Man, they were paying him like $8 or $9 million to be a backup. It's crazy shit.
Hey, yo.
And yeah,
Mason Rudolph is $6 million. Mitchell Trubisky 7.1, and one of them are probably going to be the backup to
exactly.
I believe so.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew. I wonder what he makes.
Hold on,
in Philadelphia. Find Minshew.
He signed for 677. So he took a pay cut. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So wow, that's a
Colt McCoy on the Arizona Cardinals makes $3.75 million.
It's almost 4.
Chase Daniel makes $2 million. I mean, guys sitting on the bench that probably
go look at Chase's history.
Yeah.
Go look at some of the years prior. Chase was making way more money.
Yeah. Tyrod Taylor's making 5.5.
Yeah. Tyrod, you'll pay a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Case
you'll make
Keenum,
some money.
$6 million.
Who? Case Keenum? $6 million. That makes sense. Yeah. Guys like that, you will end up paying for those kind of guys. And that's why you want to avoid that, because what did I tell you a week ago or 2 weeks ago when we talked about this? Next year, if Teddy's gone next year, which you expect, and let's hope Braylon continues. Braylon Sanders and Skyler Thompson. I keep getting Braylon and Skyler like confused, and I call one guy Braylon and I call the other guy Skyler. It's just weird. Anyway, if Skyler gets elevated next year, then that money, that extra, what are they paying Bridgewater? Aren't they paying him like $8 or $9 million or something like that? So think about that. The extra 5, 6, 7 million.
6.5. 6.5 on the book.
So 6.5. Skyler's probably going to make 0.5 next year. So the $6 million that you save, that $6 million buys you a linebacker, buys you an offensive lineman, buys you maybe a slot corner. Not that they needed it because they got to need them, but I'm just saying positions that you can get, especially of need. Well, you need a backup corner. You definitely need some help on the O-line. You need a linebacker. If you can find that in free agency, you can probably find it for $6 million or less. So it fills a roster spot because you do a really good job of drafting and finding Skylar. And remember, you're going to be able to keep Skylar for 4 years. That gives you a really, really opportunity to develop him and then possibly trade him down the line. True Fin Fan chiming in with a little super chat. He says Skylar's motion is very similar to Jake Plummer. Yes. I would liken his delivery and style way more to Jake Plummer than Tony Romo. Tony Romo had kind of this it was kind of this different kind of delivery. It's not like Thompson. Jake is actually a little better, even though Jake also can move a little better than Thompson also. Jake was a pretty good athlete. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button and subscribe. And please subscribe to our other channel, Big O Show Cuts. I'm probably going to change that name. I was thinking about this. Maybe I'm thinking Big O Show Crypto, Music, and Other Cuts. Because we're going to add crypto and music. Those are two things that I love to talk about. And we're going to start adding where I'm just going to pop up live on that channel and start going off on something on crypto. Or I'm going to go off on music. Or maybe I'm going to do a concert review from a concert that I went the night before or something like that. So I'm going to add those kind of elements to that channel. Okay. Plus, Sean puts some of the stuff you don't find on this channel. You'll find some of it over there on that channel also. So if you can, Big O Show Cuts, you'll find it easy. And subscribe to the second channel, please. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers quickly. We need to have the capability of being able to go live mobily at any time. Can't do it until you get to 1,000. So we need to get to 1,000. So please get that channel to 1,000. Okay, we're a little over 300 short. I want to say we're in the 690 range or something like that. So we're just over 300 short. And there's 262 of you. I don't know how many of you have subscribed, but I would love for you to subscribe, man. Would really help Sean and myself out as we continue to build the platform and expand the platform in other ways. Big O Show, you should call it Big O Uncut and Raw Show. But that would be like a tease that's not real. Because every day we're uncut and raw. Bromar says, I'm not buying Skylar hype. Half of the hype is coming from Tua haters and trolls. Yeah, but I'm not the troll, and I'm not the hater. So, and I like him. What you're listening to, Bromar, is you're listening to the idiots that are saying, trade Teddy and make him the number 2 right now. You're listening to the idiots that say, make him the starter right now when he's not ready to be either one of those. He's just a terrific prospect that you need to put work into, and he needs to put more work and develop into a good player. Period. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just a bunch of overreaction from fans that don't get it. That's all. Big O, will you be heading to the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert in Miami August 30th? Yes, sir. I will be going to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Jan Vunk says, what's up, Big O? Shout out from Costa Rica. Thank you, sir. Big O, amazing national live broadcast. Rich Eisen doing your style format of the show. Live YouTube chat. What do you mean? Are you saying that Rich Eisen's doing the live chat? He looks like a good dude. KBH, the Thunder says, I just subscribed. Thank you. Thank you. We thank you. We thank you. Eric says, Greer would be very smart to trade Gesicki now and get something in return. I see no possible ways on this team with his current inability to block past this season. Eric, will repeat it again for those of you out there. you got to educate yourself in this process. They're going to get a pick for Gesicki anyway because he's going to sign a contract, a big contract with a team that doesn't care about his blocking, and they'll use him as what? A pass catcher. Okay? That's all. And they will get a compensatory pick, third, fourth round probably for him. So if you're going to trade Gesicki, you must make sure that you get the proper value in return. You can't settle for less. So you have no idea what the market is right now, what kind of offers, if any, are out there. So until you're getting a better offer than the compensatory pick would be, you cannot move him. Okay? So that's where you've got to chill out. It's not as simple as trade him, move him. Well, it gets complicated. It's not that easy. Let's see. Hope to see you at the Chili Peppers concert. I hope to see any of you out there at the Chili Peppers concert. And remember, if any of you out there, okay, don't be idiots. If you see me, please walk up to me and say hi. Okay? I don't want to hear that, oh, I saw you, but I didn't want to bother you, this, that. When I hear that, it's like, come on, man. Come on over. Say hi. Would love to meet you. I'm not that dude. Not that dude at all. I'm blessed. Okay? Blessed that you're listening. I'm blessed that you're downloading the show. I'm blessed that you're supporting the hell out of Sean. We're blessed that you support our sponsors. And if you want to meet me, then I'm incredibly honored. And that these are things that I don't take for granted. So I'm not that dude. So you can approach me any freaking time. Okay? Anybody that's met me, you know it. You know I am. I'm the same dude you see here. You'll see me in person. Same exact person. Nothing different. Nothing different. Eisen is only live and free until the end of September. Oh, is the real deal. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Let's see. Hunter Butler says, God damn, finally had me bored at work all day. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. All right. They made some moves today. Mackenzie Alexander placed on the IR. He had a growing injury. Apparently, he probably wasn't even healthy when he got here. So, unfortunately, the kid goes on the IR. They waived the other punter, Sterling Hoftrichter, DeAndre Johnson, the linebacker, Sheldrick Redwine, the safety, and John Lovett, not the comedian or actor, but the fullback. He was placed on the IR also. So Mackenzie and Lovett, they'll be saved for next year's training camp. And although not that Lovett would, but Mackenzie could come back. That's a possibility. Down the line, it is a possibility that he could come back if they need him. We shall see. We shall find out. Sony Michel, Van Ginkel, Brennan Scarlett, Calvin Munson, Tanner Connor did not practice. Jalen Waddle returned but was limited in practice. No team drills. Did the individual stuff overall. Looked pretty good, by the way. He looked like he was running pretty well. Now that I told you about the moves that were made, the injuries, the IR, the cuts, I got something to say. It's better burn out than a fade away. No. I got a question for the folks that are on the chat board right now. Those of you that want to reach out to us on the Welt and Rayom text line at 855-912-1056. Let's pull up the chat board there, 855-912-1056. If you want to pull up the chat board, remember, if you want to chat on our YouTube page, you got to subscribe in order to chat. And please smash the like button. So I've got a question for you all out there, okay? I see that Sony Michel is banged up and injured, right? I also see that the Las Vegas Raiders are making a move. Follow me on this. So the Vegas Raiders plan to release veteran running back. Who do you think it is? Who do you think is going to get released from the Las Vegas Raiders? Kenyon Drake. Now listen to this. They're going to absorb a $3.6 million salary cap hit this year and $4.4 million in 2023. Drake said in an interview with the AP that manager Dave Ziegler called him personally and let him know. He says, hey, he let me know that they were planning to move forward, how really uncustomary it was for him to tell me himself. That was just a testament to the respect he has for me as a player and as a man, Drake said. They had their guys. I mean, they drafted 2 running backs. They brought in 2 other running backs, all of whom I have admiration for. I have respect for the game. So I have nothing bad to say about the organization with how they decided to move, Drake told the AP. I've been around this game for a while now, and I could just see myself being the odd man out. I feel like it just presents an opportunity for me to go to another team and continue to be the playmaker that I've always been. If not within the next 24 hours, then for this kind of, this just really moves on from there because I was going to be released regardless, Drake said. I just know that regardless, somebody has to pay the contract, whether it's the Raiders or whether it's the team that eventually picks me up. So pretty much I'll be getting paid. I'm not really looking for any specific type of money or opportunity specifically. I just want to be able to go out there and compete and help a team win games. He said, I'm simply a man. I'm not necessarily in the latter part of my career, but I'm not a second or third year player anymore. Sony Michel. I'm sorry, but if I'm the Miami Dolphins and I'm Chris Greer, the guy that drafted you, I'm making that call and saying, Kenyon, we would love to have you back. And if I'm Kenyon Drake, I know Raheem Mostert has a little bit of an injury history. And he's coming off an injury. If I'm Kenyon Drake, I want to be a part of this team, this offense. His speed added to this offense with all the other speed that you have on the field. And Sony Michel is not durable, and he cannot be counted on. Whereas Kenyon Drake has turned into a capable and a guy you can count on the last couple of years. And he makes plays. And he's still in the prime of his career, just like Sony is. But Sony's had a lot of injuries. So I ask the over 300 people on the board now, I ask you on the Welt and Rayom text line at 855-912-1056. I ask you on Twitter at Big O Show, Sony or Drake? Sony or Drake? Which one is it? Who do you want on the team? Sony or Drake? You tell me. And, listen, I laugh at some of us, our Dolph fans, that they want everybody that gets released and gets and who's available and traded for and all that. So I'm a little guilty right now myself of it. But I see a guy that I think is a better player than Sony Michel right now. I think a guy that will bring more to the table and more speed to the table. And that's kind of what this offense has been about. Sony Michel barely plays, and he's already banged up. He's always banged up. He is not reliable. What do we got? See ya, Sony. Do we have to carry 3 running backs with a similar set? I wouldn't mind having him back. Big O, I can see Drake end up back in Miami. Drake all day. Drake, Sony, Drake for sure. I don't think we need Drake. We need a cornerback. Yeah, I get that, Mike. I get that. Is there a corner available right now, Mike, that's the equal of Kenyon Drake, dude? And Kohu, I think, might be that guy. I think they have him on the roster. I think they have the guy, Cater Kohu, is going to become your 4th corner, by the way. Just keep watching Cater Kohu. He'll turn out to be that guy. Drake for sure. Drake all the way. Drake. I want Drake. Salvon Ahmed, says Leon Fresco. That was good, Leon. True Fin fan wants Drake in Miami. Miracles are good. Sony Michel is a better goal line back. Yeah, if he's available. Drake all the way. Drake is a great pass catching RB, but still need an MFer in the center. A center. We need a center. They have a center. His name is Connor Williams. Bring back Ricky Williams. All right, smoke it up. Didn't Drake run zone run? And yes, he did. He ran the zone. Oh, Sony, there's no cap hit, bro. That's just a guy they picked up. He's making minimum. He hasn't made any money yet. Put it that way. He doesn't make any money until he's like officially on the roster. So yeah. And the other thing is they've got money. They've got money on the cap right now. They've got a lot of, not that this takes up any he's getting paid anyway now. Kenyon's getting paid. Doesn't matter. So you're not really having to even pay the market price for him. Not only do you get Kenyon Drake, you're also going to get him at a discount. Jesse M wants Gaskin. Brother, I promise you Drake won't last a day, just like the show Seinfeld. Got to love the Drake. Got to love the Drake. Subscribe to the Cuts channel. You'll get 1,000 quickly. I hope so, Josh. We need to get to 1,000 quickly on that one. Bring back Mark Higgs. Drake had 955 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 yards a carry 2 years ago. Bring him back. Drake, baby. Connor High Snap Williams. There you go. I'd say he's got, HS, right? High Snap. So we just call him that. H Snap. Oh, GP Trap wants a little Larry Zonka. I like it. You guys are funny. Gore. I hear Drake is a good locker room guy. Maybe not the worst idea if that's the case, says Spooky Myers. I like it. The Affliction VHS says being back bring back Jay Ajayi. Now he's on one knee. There we go. Bring back the one knee Ajayi. Seriously, I would love Drake back over Sony Michel. I think it's an upgrade. Only because I think he's more reliable and not a guy that is as injury prone as Sony. I mean, look at Sony now, dude. He can't practice right now. It's ridiculous. On the Welt and Rayom text line, Drake definitely. So we've got people coming in also on the Welt and Rayom text line. Give me Drake. I want Drake. I want Sony. Wow. We got a Sony in there. Okay. What else? Big O, I hate to speculate a roster, but there is one thing that's been on my mind. To me, it seems like McDaniel's offense is big on the fullback. Is there a possibility that the Finns will keep more than one? No, they've got a fullback. They've heard having an extra. What I will say is this is what I think will happen. They will keep a fullback probably on the practice squad. I can see something like that because he loves the fullback position. Even talked about it today in the press conference, how the fullback helps many players on the offense, not just the running back, but the offensive line. It assists in so many different things. And today we actually got a chance to talk to Ingold, and he kind of explained it also, on his responsibilities and things he helps that he has to pick up just in case guys break free in different sides of the line. And so he kind of talked a little bit about that also. So I can definitely see a fullback on the practice squad. Guaranteed. I think that's a 99% chance that you have a fullback on the practice squad just in case, because it's such a physical position. So yeah. 2 on the roster, but it won't be on the 53. It'll be 1 on the 53 and 1 on the practice squad. True Fin Fan, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, are you ready for Grinch Kelly? His head nodding, no before you finish, face sideways, saying, to every good point you make. Ugh. It's all right, man. It's all good. You don't have to agree all the time. It's a beautiful thing that you don't agree sometimes. Nothing wrong with that at all. Bring back Lusaka Polite. What was the name of the guy? Ben's, was it Ben or something? What was the name of the dude that went through the wall? Maguia. Oh man. No, not Ray Malaluga, but Ray. Is it Ray? God, I forgot now. What's the guy's name? Maua Jason? No, but it's something later. Reagan Mawia. Very good, Irving Figueroa. That's it. Reagan Mawia. I remember that dude. Do we have it? Do we have it? That's the question. Or maybe do I have it under Mawia? Maybe I have it under Mawia. Remember that when he went through the wall and woo! Oh, man. Where is it? No, I don't think I have it. I mean, I know I have it somewhere, but I can't find it at the moment. But I know I have it somewhere. I mean, come on.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch! Woo!
I mean, I know I have it somewhere.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
Yeah! Right, Mawia?
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch! Woo!
Yeah, I love it.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
That's it. Boy, we can pull out the sound bites like nobody else in town. The history of sound bites that we have here, it's there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I'm telling you. No one has what we have here. It's the way it goes.
You can try to milk the pigs.
Yeah, you can try to milk the pigs if you can. It's not an easy thing to do. Bring back Rob Conrad. No, he's still swimming. Bring back Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's still scoring 1-yard touchdowns. Love the Drake, says Brett Dodger. The Affliction VHS says, bring back the trio of death, Zonka, Kick, and Morris. Love it. Everybody wants to bring all of these cats back. You are awesome. All right. What else do we have here in the world of sports? Well, we talked a little bit about Kevin Durant. We talked a little bit about the IR and how you got to bring back Kenyon Drake. And not only do they cut Kenyon Drake, so they keep Josh Jacobs, who I like, Brandon Bolden, who was here and also obviously a New England guy, been in New England a whole bunch of times. Remember Josh McDaniels over there. So now you bring Brandon Bolden, knows his offense, so he keeps Brandon Bolden over Kenyon Drake. They drafted Zamir White and Britton Brown. So these 2 7th-rounders, they chose to keep these 2 7th-rounders along with Bolden and Jacobs before Kenyon Drake, which is, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But okay, if that's what Josh McDaniels wants to do, go ahead. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm bringing in Kenyon Drake, and I'm telling Sony Michel, thank you. Or maybe you keep all 4 guys. Why not? Right? It's not like you're going to run any of these guys into the ground. You're going to use a rotation. Kenyon Drake would be awesome. So we talked a little bit about that. I gotta run this by you all out there. So Dennis Rodman is going to Russia. Is that what you're telling me? Dennis Rodman is going to Russia to go free Brittany Griner. By the way, I read the story. When is he going? Do we know exactly? Has he told anybody? Is he making a big deal out of it? Is this moron really going to do this? Why? Because he gets along with Kim Jong-un? So if you get along with you can go over to go see Putin? Just something tells me that Dennis Rodman is going to end up in jail. I don't know why, but I have this feeling that Putin and company are going to laugh at him and say, what the, does he know, by the way, that those Russian folks, they don't like people of another color? Like, I know we have a lot of racism in our country. Does he have any idea how much more racist are Russians? And especially that part of the Russians? Like the government? Like Putin? Brittany is black and gay in Russia. Not America. You're good in America. I mean, obviously not perfect because we got idiots still here that are hateful people. But in Russia, you're black and gay? Oh, my God. So now Dennis Rodman's going over there with the hair coloring and all the piercings. A guy that can barely really put together 2 sentences. A guy that those of us that speak English have trouble understanding sometimes. So that guy's going to go to Russia and negotiate the release of Brittany Griner. Meanwhile, Putin wants to use Griner and any of the other Americans to get any scumbags that we have here, including that other scumbag that we have here in jail. Which, by the way, of course, weak president that we have, you're already negotiating for only 2 of the Americans they have or something. When I believe they have 4, I would, if I'm making a trade, I'm bringing all 4 Americans over. If I'm making that trade. Except if I'm making that trade, I'm leaving Dennis Rodman there for being stupid and going to Russia. I mean, listen, I would love for Sean to have to play this video all over again because in 2 weeks, Dennis Rodman did what the U.S. government couldn't. He freed Brittany. That would be fantastic. I would love to look like a horse's ass for that. But I have a hard time believing any of this. I have a hard time believing that Putin's even going to entertain or talk to this guy. I believe Putin will get mad and just get frustrated with it. And Dennis is kind of stupid, so he'll form a ruckus. Who knows? He may have too much Stolichnaya while he's there and get arrested. I don't know. There's a part of me that's just picturing Dennis Rodman in a jail cell right next to Brittany Griner. How he thinks that, you know, you're going to go there and reason. I mean, they are two crazy people, right? We all know Dennis Rodman's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Clearly, Putin's elevator does not go to the top floor. So we are talking about two peas in a pod. I mean, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe Putin and Rodman all of a sudden become best of friends. They share all kinds of vodka. And before you know it, Rodman is holding Brittany's hand out the airport and onto a plane and lands here in New York. And we're all like, wow, Rodman freed Brittany Griner, which would be headlines everywhere. All of a sudden, we've got world problems. We've got disagreements between countries. Send in Rodman. That's it. Crap is blowing up in the Middle East. We got the Palestinians and the Israelis. They're all pissed off at each. Send in Rodman. That's all. That's what you got to do. Oh, we got trouble with China and Taiwan and all that. Send in Rodman. All of a sudden, Rodman frees Brittany Griner. He will become the ultimate deal breaker out there. Kidnappings going on. Send in Rodman. Durant and the Nets can't get along. Send in Rodman. Yeah. I mean, Tristan Thompson has his fifth baby with 5 different baby mamas. Trouble between him and Chloe. Send in Rodman. Think about it. None of this could have happened between Amber Heard and, of course, Robert Downey. No, not Robert. What's his name? Damn it. What's 21 Jump Street's name? What's his name now? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. We would have never gotten to she would have never crapped in his bed if you would have sent in Rodman. Think of all the things we can broker and end when you send in Dennis Rodman. So all we need is for Dennis Rodman to free Brittany Griner, and Dennis Rodman will become the ultimate arbiter. That's it. He's the guy they're going to send in for all issues going on right now. You got an autonomous zone going on in your town? Send in Rodman. Broker anything and everything going on. Send in Rodman. You got a problem with a contract disagreement? Send in Dennis Rodman. It's a beautiful thing. Think about that. Rodman he's about to just become Mr. Peace. There you go. Can't wait. Can't wait for this. And how much would you pay to watch on television the meeting between Putin and Rodman? Right? I mean, that is just. And how does he do it? Does he get off on the airplane and just walk over to the Kremlin, knock on the door? Yeah, it's here. It's me. It's Dennis Rodman. Who? What? And they're all freaking out. A 6'8" black man with more holes in his face than Swiss cheese. They're looking at all those tattoos. Hell, they might even think Brittany Griner escaped. I'm telling you. Whew. Dennis Rodman out to save the world and confuse the shit out of Russians. I'm looking forward to it. All right. If you want to get in on the program, of course, you can subscribe and you can participate on the beautiful chat board here on YouTube. This is awesome. This is fantastic. an hour in and no bots. Not one damn bot. It's awesome. You know, by now we would have had a bot or two or three. Nice job by you, Dougie Fresh. I don't think I've seen his name on the board yet. Probably doesn't know what the impact he's made. Kenyon Drake released by the Raiders. Send in Rodman. Affliction has got it right. Send in Rodman. Bring him over to Miami. So change his name to Rodmanov. All the bots are on Twitter. Well, they're not here, man. That's the beauty. I love it. What a great idea. I wish we would have done this from the get-go. Just allow chat only to subscribers. That makes so much sense, man. That's the best idea out there. I love it. Don't jinx it, oh. What are we talking about? What am I jinxing? I'm not jinxing anything, bro. You better go get Dennis Rodman, not me. Man of 1,005 holds. You better go find Dennis Rodman. All right, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? Do want to tell you, Essential Moving Experts, you see it there. Sean Williams and the great people. Sean was on with us last week. He's so pumped about the season. As you see, Dolphin colors. Listen, if you're looking to move your home, your business, you're looking to move within your town, from one county to another, from one state to another, across the entire country, Essential Moving Experts, they do it all. Over 1,600 happy customers have filed in saying they love the service from Essential Moving Experts. $150 off if you mention my name, Big O. Come on, man. It's a fellow Dolphin fan right there. His business is in Dolphins colors. All right, so call him, 844-368-5750. Long moving services, home moving services, long distance moving services, office relocation, flat rates. No surprise charges. The price they give you is the price they're going to do it. Safe and efficient loading and unloading practices at all time. EssentialMovingExperts.com. 844-368-5750. Hour number 2 is next.
The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Evolve your training and step into the new era of muscle recovery. Red Recover.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Right. Yes, sir. Hour number 2. Bitcoin is popping. Still don't get it, but it's popping. It's getting back to 22,000. Don't understand it, but it's one of those things, man. Don't see everything fixed. I don't know how we're really going to make any kind of a run. I still think we got a great buying zone for several more months. I was telling a friend of mine about a month ago before this run started, I said, I think we got another 6 to 9 months of this hell. But I told them, I don't think it's hell. I think it's just a great buying time, accumulation time, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to load up on your Amazon, or if you want to load up on Bitcoin, or if you want to load up on whatever, now's the time to do it, man. When things are low, this is when you want to buy. And it's amazing to me. It's that quest. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins. Okay? Once those are mined, it's over. And then the price is going to explode. Okay? It's going to go in a year from now, we will have a different conversation, and it'll be a different outlook because it'll be much higher. I don't think it gets much higher than 25, 26, 28,000 probably for the rest of the year. If it does more than that, I'll be surprised. But it's going to, next year, when we get into the middle of next year, maybe past the summer, that's when I think where things are going to start to get really, really explosive for the crypto market, because a lot of, I think, institutional money will start coming in, more of the general takeover. A lot of you that have avoided it and don't know anything about it, don't care about it, think it's nothing, all of that, slowly but surely you'll be forced into it because it'll be part of your life, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. And so, those of you that have been negative about it, it's going to be beautiful. 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now, I know I'm going to run into some of you on the street and you're going to say, you harped on that shit for a long time and you were right about it. It's actually taken over. And some of you are going to say, hey, you know what? I got in on it because of you, and I'm riding high because of you. Thank you. Which I hope some of you are able to take advantage of it like I am. So I'm hoping to set up my daughter down the line. It's what I'm really doing it for. It's not for me. I've lived my life. It's more about trying to set up my daughter than anything else. So, bro, how are you still pushing Bitcoin? Everyone that wants to invest already has. My grandmother even knows about Bitcoin, has had enough sense to see for what it is. Well, Louis M., see, that's what I'm saying. You're ignorant. I can't help you, my brother. You know what I mean? You want to be negative about it? Go ahead, my brother. That's fine. Those of you that don't know jack shit about it, it's all good. It's all good. But I am still kind of shocked at the pump that we've had, and even how it got to 24. I thought we were going to be stuck here for a little while more, but it's a great buying zone. It is an amazing buying zone. So Eric says, I only have 10K right now in crypto market, just letting it sit there for the next 5 to 10 years. Oh, and in 5 years from now, Eric, you're going to be a very happy camper. 10 years from now, you're going to be orgasmic, because you took advantage when the market is at the raw and at the beginning and at the very infancy stage of all of this. And you'll see, it'll go crazy, man. A lot of these companies are going to end up exploding because, and I saw somebody explain something about crypto that I found it to be a better explanation than what I have. One of the things I've told you guys that Cardano or Ethereum or Polkadot or Binance Chain or Crypto.com or VChain, and I tell you that they're all kind of like highways, right? And the highways cross and meet each other, but it's actually they're not. What they really are individual cities. So Cardano is its own city, and you are able to build inside that city your businesses. And then that city is going to have a bridge, and that bridge will connect to Ethereum. The other bridge will connect to Crypto.com. The other bridge will connect to Binance. The other bridge will connect to Polkadot. The other bridge will connect to Cosmos. And so Binance is his own city. Crypto.com, it's his own city. Polkadot, it's his own city. So really, they're kind of like their own cities where you're going to be able to build your businesses, do your daily work, all of those things. And then when you need to transact with another city because the business that's here wants to connect with the business here, same as you would on the internet, there'll be a bridge that is built in between, and then that's how you connect. And that's the key for a lot of these businesses, whether you're BitTorrent, whether you're VChain, whether you're Tron, you need to build bridges to connect to all of these chains. Ethereum has pretty much built all its bridges to connect to almost all of these different cities. So that's kind of what the internet is in the future. It's individual cities connected through bridges. And those bridges are going to allow the customer to travel in and out. Because you might be in a movie theater and that company, let's say it's AMC, they built it inside Cardano. So then your money might be over in Crow, but the bridge that connects Cardano and Crow is there. So now you pay for your movie ticket here, but it comes from your wallet in Cardano. I mean, in Crow or Binance or whatever. Doesn't matter. But that's the point. And that's really the more simplest way of explaining what is developing in front of you, what is replacing what you're doing every day, because the internet will die the same way radio is dying, the same way newspapers are dying, the same way regular television is dying, right? Everything evolves. You don't get to do dial-up anymore. Then it's the touch tone, and now you've got the digital phone, right? Everything evolves, and this is part of the evolution that is coming for the business, the financial landscape, your retail, everything that you're doing. It will be on the blockchain because the blockchain protects the consumer and the businesses better than the internet ever did. So that's kind of the idea, and that's what this whole crypto thing is. It's what it's going to develop into. And every business that you deal with, they will be on the blockchain. They have no choice. They will eventually all be on the blockchain. They will choose what city to be a part of. And then the idea is the rising cities that are going to survive for all of this, they're the ones that are going to build their bridges and they're going to connect. And then the world will move on. So that's kind of what it's all about. So there you go. So I'm pushing it, Lewis. I'm pushing. Or am I educating? Depends on what you think you know. Let's see. What else do we have going on? 855-912-1056 if you want to get in. Oh, boy, I got to say, and I'm wearing my Cutter's Edge hat, and I see that you got Cutter's Edge there, and it's 954-472-0622. Will and Mike, who run Cutter's Edge, And what they're doing and transforming my house into outside is, I mean, my neighbors are freaking out. My house has looked like a war zone for months, for a long time now, and that crash in the wall and everything, and it was just a disaster. So finally we got, progressive and all that stuff, and so we're able to move forward and start to repair the house. So we painted the house, and I've been wanting to install artificial turf in my backyard for our dogs for a while now. And there's this special artificial turf you can get for your pets, by the way. And that's what they're installing, Cutter's Edge. Plus the design, the lights, everything that's going on. I'm going to take some videos when it's all said and done, but it's already starting to look just, sick. And I want to thank, Will and Mike and all the great people at Cutter's Edge. They're doing a phenomenal job. Listen, if you need to, I don't know if you realize this, but if you redo your landscaping, that improves the value of your home big time. Okay. Plus, obviously, it's much better for the environment if you can add more greenery to our world, which is a beautiful thing. We didn't have many trees. We had one big palm tree. We eliminated. We replaced it with two big palm trees and some other things. There are all kinds of other trees, and it's really amazing. So if you just moved into your home or you're looking for a company to give your home the facelift it deserves, the kind of facelift that is going to boost the value of your home, call the great people at Cutter's Edge. Ask for William or Mike and tell them that Big O sent you. They are amazing. Okay. When this is done, I'm gonna do some live hits down from the backyard and stuff. I'm gonna show you guys what they've done, and it's gonna freak you out. But call them 954-472-0622. Ask for William or Mike and tell them that Big O sent you. Anywhere in South Florida, they handle it. They've got like 70 trucks or something. They do an amazing job. And by the way, killer hat. I was telling Will this, not because you're my sponsor or any of that. I said, this is a badass hat. It's actually like a slick hat. Looks cool. And it's not a sports team. So anyway, call the people at Cutter's Edge. They will definitely take care of you. Big O, what's the weather like over there? I'll be flying from Cali on Thursday, and I'll be at the game on Saturday, my first game at the stadium. Beyond excited. Well, dude, you want me to predict weather? That's harder than sports. Seriously, that's the hardest thing to predict, but it's hot and humid. That's all I can tell you. We have humidity here, bro. Humidity that will make your ass sweat. So be prepared to take a shower and then take a second shower the second you walk out the door. You know what I'm going to tell you? Dress light. Have everything that's dry fit as possible. Wear the kind of clothes that can breathe. Okay? That's all I would tell you. Don't overdress. Don't be putting on some jeans. Don't be putting on any long sleeve stuff. Dress cool. Find the stuff that airs out the best, and that's what you wear. So there you go. Yeah, it's blazing down here. It is just absolutely brutal. Oh, make sure you have a Jets logo painted on that artificial turf for your dogs to crap on. God, that is the only reason to have a logo out there, for my dogs to crap on it. But I couldn't feel ill. Like, no. 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 I'd feel like I'm cheating on the Dolphins. I'd feel dirty, even just having a Jets logo in the house. Yeah, no, I can't do that. There's no part of me that could ever do that. Even if my dogs are crapping, the fact that I actually took the time to put a Jets logo in my house, no. No. Can't do it. Can't do it. What was the name of that? What was the name of that San Francisco coach? Can't do it. The linebacker for Singletary. Yeah, I can't do it. Can't coach him. Won't do it. No shot. No way. Nope. I don't even want to bring a paper of a Jets logo in there. Okay? I can't even do that. Oh, Lordy. All right.
I want winners.
I got you. Relax already. Jesus.
I cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. No way.
We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
That's what you got to do sometimes.
Number two.
Well, hey, listen, if you got to go do number two, you don't need to share it with anybody out there, okay? It's no good. Anyway, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. Right? Don't you? Yeah. Rosendo says, you tell him, Big O, thou shalt not commit adultery. I mean, that's cheating. That's cheating right there. That's cheating. I know what Dennis Rodman, by the way, is going to tell Putin.
I slept over 1,800 girls.
That's it. I think he tells him that. And then,
we should have an orgy, man.
That's all. He tells Putin, let's just have an orgy. Right?
If we have sex and you give me a blowjob, take a Polaroid picture.
These are the conversations that's going to go on with Putin, right?
Most teams today are so young, are so immature, that they're still wearing diapers and got their fingers in their mouth and wonder if mom's going to come and breastfeed them.
That's it. Right, Rodman?
He's a sexual predator.
Oh, well, that's just not... that's not right. That's not right. Skyler underthrew Eazy-E by 20 yards. Eazy-E made him look good on that drive. That's the job of Eazy-E, my brother. Omar, sometimes your quarterback isn't going to be perfect. That happens a lot. And the receiver has to make up for it. It's not a matter of slamming the quarterback all the time. Sometimes it goes both ways. I love this is why there's a double standard with Tua, because everything is blamed on him when it's not really that way. And the perception also is that, what'd you think? That Joe Montana made every perfect pass, and so did Dan Marino, and so does Aaron Rodgers, and so does Pat Mahomes. So nobody ever makes incredible catches to save their quarterback's ass? Because it happens all the time. So to make a big stink out of Ezukama's one-handed play, well, I mean, I get it. It was a little short of a pass, but sometimes you got to try to help out. Be the defensive back and make sure the other guy doesn't get the ball or catch the damn ball. One hand, two hand, whatever. But make sure your opponent doesn't have a shot at it. That's that again. Lots of deep balls get underthrown, because it's really hard to lay out a 35, 45, 50, 55, 60-yard bomb and make sure you lead the receiver perfectly. Last time I checked, one of Duper's favorite catches or most famous catches is one that was overthrown by Marino, and he had to tip it to keep it alive. Anybody remember that? Of course, you youngins aren't going to, but how about you old farts? Was that a great pass by Marino? No, it wasn't. That was a great play by Duper. So this goes on all the time, but this double standard, it's even when the Dolphins effed up and put that deep ball to Tyreek that was a little underthrown, you're getting used to the man's speed and you're throwing and you're not going to be perfect. And sometimes even the greatest quarterbacks underthrow a little bit, even when the guy's wide open and they wait for it. I've seen them with every quarterback in the world. But somehow or another, only Tua is judged one way compared to everybody else, and you just did it right now to Skyler. You make it sound like every quarterback has to throw a perfect deep ball. And that's bull crap. That's a lie. Lots of quarterbacks are bailed out by their great receivers. You do not, B-Hop has not had every pass great to him, but man, he makes it look like, because he has range that most people do not. He has body control that most people do not. So time and time again, Oronde Gadsden had, because I did not see it anymore in the Hall of Fame, the second time I went, because the first time I went back with Marino, the catch against the Raiders, that he's sideways, stretching out, and he caught it with one hand. Okay, he's like reaching out and how many times did Oronde save quarterbacks? This is just the garbage that I got to hear for number one, all the time. Every time I got to hear somebody say something stupid about Tua and make a stupid ass comparison about Tua, it drives me crazy. Every time. People treat number one like
number two.
Exactly. And I just sit there and say,
don't be a silly goose.
855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, because that is a 24-hour talk show, my friends. Appreciate all of you out there as always. Oh, man. All right, let me tell you about Babbel. We want to tell you about Babbel. Do you want to learn a little Spanish? A little Espanol? Well, folks, learning a second language actually can be exciting, all right? And maybe you tried in high school. I tried in high school. Didn't really commit to it. It's not a lot of fun. But what you want is a program that's going to make it fun. Now, Babbel, the language learning app, it's sold more than 10 million subscriptions, and it's addictively fun, and that's what you love. Your teacher was boring. Babbel is fun, and it's an easy way to learn a new language, whether you're traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or you're just having some free time. Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. Okay? No dame un lápiz. No, you're not really going to be asking for a pencil. Okay, so we're going to teach you the kind of stuff that you need to learn so you can communicate with people. 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language apps, well, they use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel's lessons were created by over 100 language experts, so they make it nice and easy for you out there. So you want to learn French, you want to learn Spanish, whatever you want to learn, the teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. And with Babbel, folks, you can choose up to 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. It's a beautiful thing. So many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition, the lessons you can access, podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes, all these kind of things. And it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. So why don't you start your new language learning journey today with Babbel? All you got to do, you want to save 60%? That's right. Right now off your subscription, go to babbel.com/big-O. Babbel.com/big-O, and you're going to save up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. All right. Let's see what we got here. Where we got Devin. Let me see, Devin, what you got for me here. Well, let me update it here. There. Okay. Now we got you, Devin. Big O, this is off topic, but what do you think about the new Canes Stadium proposal? I mean, I don't know what to think, Devin. I'd love it if he can pull it off. If Ruiz can pull it off, awesome. He's going to know more than I am. He's better have better connections than I ever will in the city, in the county. So I would love to see a new stadium for the Canes. Do they really need it? No. They don't really need the stadium. They got a great stadium right now at Hard Rock. They need to win, Devin. More than anything, they need to win. You win, you're not going to be able to build a bigger stadium than that. You're going to have the biggest, you're going to have the biggest crowd that you can possibly have in that stadium. If you build a stadium, it's going to be a 40,000, 45, maybe 50. I doubt it. It'll be hard to get to that size. You've got everything set up for you there. It's easy to reach for the people in Broward County. It's not too far even for Palm Beach. It's easy access for everybody in Dade through I-95 and the Turnpike. It's, to me, I think we make way too much about the stadium. We had the Orange Bowl for decades, and it was dog shit. And it was our dog shit, but we loved to go there and win. So this stadium has every bell and whistle that you can possibly have. To me, I don't think the stadium is that needed. Now, if it's going to help improve the program because you'll control all the finances, I get it. I get that part. I get it. But as for the fans, I think you're fine at that stadium. I really do. I don't have a problem at all with Hard Rock Stadium and all the improvements that they've made. More than anything, Devin, I just want them to win, man. I want them to get back to being respectable, get back to being a challenger of a national title. That's what I want from them. The rest is, does it really matter if you're sitting in a seat in Coral Gables or in Miami Gardens? It's still a stadium. You still got to pay for the ticket. You know what I mean? Now, if you tell me that the money will make the program that much better because you're going to pull this much more revenue out of the stadium, then I get it. But as for the fan itself, you, me, we're fine, man. The team, they're fine. Now, if the program wants to generate more revenue, well, then they're going to need somebody to pay for that stadium because they certainly cannot pay for that stadium. It's a lot of money. And the cost of construction nowadays has gone through the roof. So for me, win. Win, and we're going to all love going to Hard Rock Stadium and watching it become a home field advantage. All that crap that we talked about with the Orange Bowl, yeah, it was a home field advantage. I know I lived it. I lived from the Greasy and the Marino era and all that, and I watched the Canes, and I've seen it all at the Orange Bowl. So I know. I get it. But the new stadium doesn't have an advantage because the teams have never given you an advantage. The second the Canes get back to kicking ass, you won't hear yourself in that stadium. The second the Dolphins get back to kicking ass, you will not be able to hear yourself in that stadium. And none of it will matter if we're in the Orange Bowl or we're in Bird Road or we're in Miami Gardens. We're still fans. We're still going to be joining in the chant and having fun. It's not really going to make that much of a difference. Winning is the ultimate difference maker. That's the ultimate difference maker. Big O, I started my ex's nickname as Babble. There you go. I want you to hear me out, says Cap for Life. Orlando, why is it that we're the only team in the NFL with the problems the clickbait directed towards Florida? Because I don't see this happening in any other team but us. What do you mean? Is it true that McDaniel's team scouted Skyler, and we all know about Wes Welker scouting Eazy-E? Do we put much stock into saying those are Chris Greer's picks as well? Hear me out before you blast me. I've been saying it since day one. The only way you can get more recruits by building a near on-campus stadium. Hopefully the doctors will benefit from us. We'll pay for it towards the football team. I mean, we have nothing to do with the stadium. You're going to need some deep ass pockets to really get that done. No tax money for that stadium. No more tax money for any of these stadiums. They need to pay for it themselves. So as for we pay bullshit. They can pay themselves, bro. They got their money. Don't use my money. I want my tax money for our streets. I want my tax money for our schools. I want our tax money being used for stuff that everybody uses, not a stadium. Very few people use a stadium. It's just us. Some of you think that our world is everybody else's world. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny like that. And we're not. We're the minorities. The majority is not sports fans. No. We're the minorities. We're not the majority. So the money, any public money, should never go to any of these damn stadiums, ever. What else was I going to say also on that? Oh, on the drafting. Yeah, plenty of times the GM doesn't pick all the players, but he's responsible for picking all the players. Because if certain player fails, you rarely find out who picked him. So Greer will get all the credit for all the players, and he'll get all the blame for all the players. That's the way it goes. But as a general manager, it's your decision to say, okay, you like this guy. All right. Because this guy likes this guy and that guy likes this guy. Because your Northeast scout has this guy that he loves for the 7th round, and he's a receiver. And your Southwest scout loves this defensive tackle. And then your Northwest scout loves this quarterback. And then the coach is going, well, yeah, I kind of like this guy. And then you, as the general manager, it's the part that you're overlooking, Cap for Life. You have to decide which one of those you're going to go with. Or is it someone else that you like instead, that you and Marvin Allen have been scouting? You and Reggie Mackenzie have been scouting this guy, and you've seen him a couple times. You went to a game here and there, and you want to take this guy over the other 3. Because that's what goes on in the war room. But in the end, the general manager makes that decision. Like now, this one, the one that has power, not the one before with Gase and Tannenbaum, because they could cock block Greer anytime they wanted to, and they did many times. But in this case now, that's the beauty of everything that's going on now. Everything goes on Greer. Wins, losses, good picks, bad picks, they all go on Greer. Why? Because he's the one picking the players. It's his decision. So there's, again, Cap for Life, this misconception. You think it's like some fucking game that some guy comes and you have to take his pick and that's it. And so now you don't get credit. No, dude. Every round of every pick, you got 3 or 4 people in your face talking about their players. And this position coach is fighting for this defensive back. And that position coach is fighting for that linebacker. And then you, Mackenzie, and Allen have to sit there and say, these are our priorities. This is what we're going to pick. If this is available and these guys are available, we like this guy. So in the end, Greer has to decide if which one of those picks in the 4th round, in the 5th round, in the 2nd round, the 1st round, 7th round, street free agents, who do we sign? Oh, Cater Kohu, we want to give him a little extra money to entice him from Division II to come here. Falls on Greer all the way. It may not be Greer. It might be. It might not be. It might be some regional scout that found Cater. And he went to his Division II school and he found him and he said, hey, man, I like this kid. Then the main scout, the national scout, went to see him. And he wrote a report and he liked him. And then maybe, I don't know if Cater, just an example, I don't know if Cater which all-star game he went to. But let's say he went to an all-star game and then Chris Greer saw him. And so now there's 3 reports. The initial scout, the national scout, and the general manager. Now it all gets checked in. Okay, now another player that's a street free agent, and you're trying to decide. It's not that simple. You guys make it sound like it's this game of life and you just spin the thing and wherever the arrow lands, boom, that's it. That's your pick. That's your player. You get credit. No one else does. No. Chris Grier gets all the credit and all the blame for everything going on right now. Because he decided on picking Skylar Thompson and not someone else. He decided to pick Cameron Good and not someone else. Doesn't matter who lobbied for him. Doesn't matter who verified who lobbied for him. It doesn't matter who then checked up what he verified, what he lobbied for. Doesn't matter. At that point, they decided Cameron Good was the best option, and they took him, which, by the way, I love Cameron Good. What a draft. Skylar and Cameron Good, Ezukama, and Tyndall. Holy shit. You only had 4 picks in a miserable draft, okay? Because I did this draft live. There were a lot of picks to talk about. We broke the story on Tyndall. Obviously, if you were listening to our draft coverage, we broke the story on Channing Tyndall before anybody in the country, period. But, yeah, what a draft. What a freaking draft. You have 4 picks, and you nailed all 4. Oh, and by the way, Cap for Life, something perfect for you, my man, that you're going to love. This is right up your alley. Why don't you go back now and go look at whoever was picked after Skylar and Good? That player might be also good. You can pick on them for not getting him also. You can second guess at the last part of the 7th round if you want. It's like this is a game or something. The guy making the decisions gets all the blame and all the credit. Your store manager might do well. CEO gets all the credit for the profits. Store manager had great ideas. We should promote this. We should do this. We should do that. Wow, produced a whole bunch of money. Guess whose bottom line it goes to? The CEO. Why? Who did the CEO hire? That manager. Thank you for explaining that to me, Orlando. And I guess you're right, because at the end of the day, Chris Grier picked McDaniels, so it really doesn't matter. I was just curious. Chris Grier picked everybody. This is his team now, finally. Well, except when the effing owner and his bozo clown partner want to make themselves general manager. Or, hey, listen, I've said it. As much as I'm a Chris Grier guy, and I back Chris Grier 1,000%, he effed up with Flo. He hired un traicionero, a traitor. You know? I mean, what are you going to do? You hired a guy that then started to go behind your back because he never wanted to. And since, he's Mr. Vindictive. So, you didn't give me what I want. So now I'm going to make it hard on you. And I don't want that guy. And I don't want that guy. And I want this guy. And I want that guy. No, you cut Flowers now. Get rid of him. But I'm going to take a huge cap hit here. I don't care. I don't need Flowers. Our young offensive linemen are great. So Grier effed up in hiring Flo. And as I've told you guys over and over again, they sat down with that dude and they told him and asked him, you're not going to become Belichick, right? And he told them, no, I'm going to be my own man. He became Belichick just like Josh McDaniels, just like Matt Patricia, just like they all do, man. They all do the same thing. That's why they all get fired. People hate to pay taxes, but there's no problem sending all kinds of money on lotteries. They will never win, just a better form of taxing. Yeah, but that's a choice, my brother. That's a choice for you to gamble. I don't have a choice for you to use my tax money. You get my drift? That's the difference. That's a game. That's a game. That's a game you're choosing to play. That's the difference. You have a choice there. Okay? My choice is don't use my tax money for billionaire arenas and stadiums. Let the people that attend those games pay for the stadiums. There's no reason the mother that's got 2 jobs and 3 kids that her tax money, since she never goes to the stadium, should go to a stadium. And there's a crap ton of people that don't go to sporting events, don't care about sporting events. So none of their monies should be going to that. It's selfish on our parts. And I've been like that. I've been short-sighted myself thinking that in years past. But look at Jeffrey Loria. So that's why you can't do it, man. I walked away with billion and did nothing for us. Stole the money, dude. Can't do that. He stole all of the taxpayers' money. Think about it. If you're going to do it, then you build the stadium yourself and you own it. And then you sell it. And then you can make the money off it. He made it. We didn't. That's a bunch of crap, dude. That's unacceptable at every level. Devin Jordan says, I guess the Heat will run it back since KD is staying with the Nets. My only concern is who will replace PJ at the power forward position. That should be one hell of a concern for you, my friend. And that's where Miles Turner comes in. So I hope that they're able to make a deal for Miles Turner. That's the guy I want. John Collins would be my second option because I could get a little better defense from Miles. And by the way, I don't know. Can you? Oh, wow. I didn't see Cam there. My bad. Let's go to Cameron Wolf. Was he there long? How long have you been there, Cam? Were you there long? Really? 10 minutes? Holy shit. All right, let's go. Let's release the Wolf Pack right now.
We unleash the Wolf Pack as we get the latest in the NFL and the Miami Dolphins with our KSDT CPA Pro Football Report with NFL Network insider Cameron Wolf. KSDT is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT CPA is a full-service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit them at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370. Here's NFL insider Cameron Wolf.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend that is Cameron Wolf. How you feeling, baby? How you doing?
Good.
You doing all right?
I'm good, man. Been busy day. Just went and voted. Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to ask you who you voted for. Don't worry about it. Relax. It's all good. I will just tell everybody out there, freed is for weed. All right. Anyway, here we go. We move on. Isn't that her slogan? No, that's not her slogan, Cam. I thought I saw that somewhere.
I don't think I knew that slogan, but I think I did vote for her. So,
Well, okay. Well, freed is for weed. I mean, if you're going to vote for Nikki, you got to vote, freed is for weed. I'm just telling you all out there, we passed 420 and everything right now. It's 447. I just want to warn you all out there for that. You know what I mean? Not that there's anything else that's important on the ballot, but just that. The freed is for weed. That's all I'm just saying. Anyway, I thought light practice today, right? You could tell that they were getting ready for the Eagles over the next 2 days.
Yeah. You got a heavy slate of practices coming up next 2 days. You don't want to wear yourself out here. It looked like they were doing kind of a lot of walkthrough stuff, so a lot of 7-on-7 stuff. So nothing super heavy. This is their last tune-up. McDaniel didn't say it today, but I don't expect many of their starters to play in the preseason game this week. So these last 2 practices will be really their main tune-up for their main guys going into the regular season. So yeah, you just treat these next 2 days as your final evaluation of what's going to be the core of your team, and then get ready for New England.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. The 4th cornerback spot, which, by the way, it's actually, it's kind of funny that we're talking about, and we're also worried about the 4th cornerback spot. How many NFL teams really do they have like a 4th corner that's really good? You know what I mean? It's
not many. Yeah.
Not many. Exactly.
There's a few positions that rarely have depth in the league. O-line, rarely have depth in O-line. Quarterback depth is usually hard to find. And corners. That's usually the three positions that, to me, that have the weakest amount of depth. So yeah, fourth corners are hard. Like there's not a lot of great fourth corners out there. I will say fourth corners here is a little bit more important just because of the uncertainty of Byron Jones and the fact that he's coming off of a Achilles surgery, not torn, but a cleanup, and he hasn't been on the field since the end of the season. And so he hasn't been on the practice field at all. There's no signs yet that he'll be on the practice field this week. And so even if he is ready for week one, you're putting out a guy who has very, very limited reps. So there's a chance he's not going to be able to have the full workload, even if he's ready week one. So that guy is probably going to have to play more than a number 4 normally does. But beyond that, I don't think there's a lot of huge worry there unless somebody gets hurt.
All right, so I was going over this with Travis and Alf. We were going over this in the back. We were talking about this because I think that this is what's going on. First of all, do you think they're acting kind of calm and cool and collective about all of this? There's not really a lot of panic. It doesn't seem like you don't see them bringing in constantly corners and all that. There seems to be a level still of comfort of what they have there, right? It almost feels like that, right? Doesn't it feel
does.
like that?
Yeah, it's interesting, particularly like I mentioned on the Byron situation. Like it would concern me, like naturally not having a player on the field on August 23rd who's going to be key. It's a huge issue, but they keep telling us that, they're optimistic. He should be ready. And so McDaniel hasn't lied to us yet. So you don't really have any reason to believe that he's lying yet. But just on the outside, that would worry me. But yeah, I think they do have belief in a guy like Keon Crossan that, he was signed probably to mostly be a special teams player, but he's been one of the highlights of camp. And so, ideally is he your fourth corner? Probably not, but they probably feel good in a pinch. They need him to be that role. He can play there. And like you mentioned, once you get beyond the fourth corner, it's usually just guys who are special teams players. And there's also, I'm sure there's a lot of back conversations going on with Chris Greer as far as, okay, are we going to make a trade for a player, a guy who may get cut on another team coming in on this team? Are we going to pick up a guy on waiver cut days that be our fifth corner? Those are all options on the board. And one thing, like I will watch this week, like not that I have any super intel that it's going to happen, but the team they're playing this week for joint practices is very deep at corner. The Philadelphia Eagles. They have about 8 or 9 different corners that are legitimately competing for a spot. They traded late round picks for 3 different corners over the last year, and not all those guys are going to make the team. And so if you see a guy who looks good in practice, maybe Chris Greer just walks across the sideline and talks to Howie Roseman, the Eagles GM, and say,
a lot of deals have happened between them anyway.
Hey, I got one lightly used Myles Gaskin for you. Maybe you give me one of your lightly used corners, and we have a swap here. The Eagles also need a running back, so to me that's an easy swap. Trade a Gaskin or Ahmed or even a Sony Michel, one of the guys you feel like is on the bubble and may not make your team, and trade them for a corner. And that solves 2 issues to me. But I am not a GM. I'm just giving out suggestions if anybody cares. But I think the fact that, like you said, they're not bringing in corners constantly shows that, whether smart or not, they're confident in their internal development. We talked to a guy today, and Kader Kahui, if I'm pronouncing his name right, who's actually
Kader Kohu.
Kader Kohu. Thank you. Appreciate it. I haven't had to say his name.
And by the way, that was going to be my follow-up. That will be your fourth quarter.
Right.
So
so him and Keon Crossan are probably your 4th and 5th if you started the season today. And honestly, you probably don't need to keep more. So I'd imagine those, like if season started today, I'd imagine them your 4th and 5th. And honestly, I know a lot of fans are probably not going to like it, but Noah's probably going to make the team. Even if he doesn't have
of course he is.
I think that he's a former first-round pick. And so if you do that, those are your 6 corners. And so you probably
the cap hit, they don't want to take that cap hit. They have to keep him one more year because they take like a $5 million, $6 million cap hit. They're not going to do that. They'll keep him one more year and allow Sam and Pat to work with him.
Right.
And then if they can't reach him at the end, they'll say, hey, dude, we tried. We got to move on.
Absolutely.
I think, let's be honest. Noah Igbenogany is now playing for a roster spot in 2023's training camp. Right. That's what his next goal is right now, because I don't know how he improves the rest of the way throughout the season. This window just closed on him.
Yeah, We talked about it a bunch. This was his
it.
opportunity, this training camp, and it hasn't taken advantage of it, which, you know, it is what it is. I mean, maybe there's an opportunity if somebody wants to trade a late round pick or a player for player deal, but you're never going to get full value for a guy you drafted in the first round. So I think at this point, you know, you just got to admit that this guy may not be a player in this league. And
all right, so now follow me on this.
Yep.
I think the comfort zone is this, and here's what I'm reading through the tea leaves and what I see right now, or what I see through the trees, let's just say. Okay, I think they're happy with their depth, actually. I think that they think the Kader Kohu kid is actually going to become their fourth corner. They like him a lot. They paid him extra money out of Division II to bring him here, and he's already, since he got off the injured list, if you've watched him the last couple of practices and even in the game, he has made plays. He showed up again today. Right. So Kader has got a little something to him, and I think they found something there, and they like him. And then Crossan's your other guy, so you're about 5 deep. You add Noah as your 6th guy, so you're fine. 2, I think they are convinced on the character of their starting corner that they know Byron is going to be back, because he's a professional, because he takes care of his body, all of this. It reminds me a lot of when they signed Brent Grimes fresh off an Achilles injury. And why do you sign a guy like Brent Grimes off of an Achilles injury? Because Brent Grimes, just Brent Grimes I'm talking about, okay? I'm not talking about his relationship or anything else off the field. I'm just talking about Brent Grimes. Brent Grimes is a rock-solid human being. A pro's pro. So there are certain people that teams, coaches, GMs will give more leeway to, like Tom Brady. Oh, you need personal time? Yeah, dude, you're Tom Brady. You put us on the map. We won a Super Bowl and we went to the playoffs. Dude, you need a week or 10 days off? Go ahead. No problem. Anybody else? Get the hell out of here. Get your ass on the field. You know what I'm saying? Everybody earns something different. And so I think with Byron, they trust the individual, the professional, that he's going to be ready. Number 3, I think if they get in a pinch and there's an extra receiver on the field that's giving them a pain in the ass, I think Javon Holland comes in and cheats down, and he plays the slot, because he played the slot a lot in Oregon. Okay. He plays every position. He can play corner. He can play safety. He'll play against the run. He'll cover anything. So I think they know they've got a very good cover safety that can also help them in a pinch. And if they need to move somebody else to go play center field, they'll do that instead and kind of play with it that way. So I think they feel they have options. They have flexibility. And I think they still feel like they have a young guy in Kader Kohu that a lot of people don't know, and they're going to end up getting to know him a little bit more as he grows into it. Because if you watch Kader, there's one thing you see about him that you don't see with Noah. That kid's aggressive, and that kid plays freely. He is not afraid. Like when he got burned by Tyreek yesterday. I mean, this morning, right? It was this morning, right? When he got burned by Tyreek. It was one of those, like, you kind of, you know, the kid was playing him close, and then Tyreek hit a gear that nobody has to.
Right? It's Tyreek Hill. Like,
it's
everybody
is
going to get beat by Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, everybody's going to be. So what are your thoughts on my theories on how I'm reading this right now?
No, I think you're probably going to a lot. I think one thing, just context-wise, the Dolphins love to mine UDFA corners. If you just look in their history, Nick Needham, 2019, a guy UDFA corner. They didn't get one in 2020 because Noah, they drafted him in the first round. Last year, it was Trill Williams, a guy who was going to be their 4th corner this year before he got hurt. And this year, Kader is probably the next guy. And so that's Josh Boyer's baby, you know, their DC.
Yes.
If you talk to him, he will tell you the stories about Malcolm Butler, who the Patriots found out there and became a Super Bowl hero as a UDFA. J.C. Jackson, another player who just got a big $16 million contract a year with the Chargers, who was an undrafted free agent. So that's sort of the calling card. They love to find the scrappy underdeveloped player and make him a player. And so I definitely think that he could be the next one there. And so, yeah, I think there's the reality of you have a guy that you can trust in Keon Crossan, who does everything right, may not be the maximum physical ability, but he does everything right. And then you have a high upside guy behind your three pretty solid corners in X, Byron, and Nick Needham. And so that's honestly where you want to build. And so, yeah, I think there's probably a lot of internal optimism that, hey, we're not in as bad shape as everybody thinks we are. Now we're going to see, because it's still a bet. You're still betting on a guy who hasn't played above Division II football, but from what we've seen over the last 3 or 4 weeks, it seems like he can play in this league.
Yep. All right. One more thing before I let you go. You talked about running back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I always have fun with Dolphin fans because, some of them want to trade and sign everyone that becomes available.
Right.
All right. I'm sorry. The disease have fallen on me for a moment here.
Yep.
I personally, if I'm Chris Greer, I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling Kenyon Drake's agent. And I'm saying, so you're going to become available. You're already making good money from the Raiders for the next 2 years because they're taking $7.6 million of cap hits over the next 2 years to get rid of you. So you're making some money. I don't have to offer you that much, but you know us. We know you. We love you. I'd bring Kenyon Drake and let go of Sony Michel. Sony Michel has barely played, and he's already injured. And this has kind of been his MO the entire time. You want to, he ran a little zone too in Arizona when he was there. So you add another fast guy to the backfield to go along with the other two guys. Your thoughts? Would you make a move for Kenyon Drake if you're the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, I don't see any issue with it. And the thing about Kenyon, and he alluded to it when he posted on social, I think at this stage of his career, different than when he was first here, he is not eager to be the guy. When he was first here, it bothered him that he would not get the opportunity to be the guy. They kept bringing in other people, whether it was Frank Gore, whether it was Kalen Ballage. He has always had to share the load, and it's proven in his career that he hasn't shown to be a true feature back. He has to be a pairing with it. Well, now if you come here, you're in an offense with the coach who loves to have a share of different elements there. So, I don't know if hopefully in his case, he hasn't burned all the bridges. There's a lot of people who've left, but Chris Greer's still here. The running back coach, Eric Studesville's still here. So I don't know what his personal relationship was with all those people.
Hey, dude, how do you screw up any relationship with Chris Greer? It
Well,
had to have been somebody else.
Clearly, Brian Flores and Chris Greer's relationship got screwed up. So.
Well, but that's Brian Flores. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm blaming. My point is, if you have a problem with Chris Greer, I'm looking at you, not at Chris Greer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like Hal Habib. Who in the world could ever dislike Hal?
Right.
How can you not get along with Hal?
Yep.
Hal is gold, bro. He's just like an incredibly decent human being. Easy to get along with. Anybody that ever walks up to me and says, "Oh, that Hal Habib's an asshole," I'm going to say, "No, you're the effing asshole," okay? Because I know Hal. Nobody has trouble with that guy. So for me, Chris Greer is that guy. It's like, it's like, really? You had problems with Chris Greer? Then you got issues. Do you know it was with Chris Greer or not?
What you know?
Did you know if he had a problem with Chris?
I do
Greer
not know.
not?
I'm just like I said. That's the only thing that will hold
You're
that up
spitballing.
if
got
there
you.
is there. So, and the other thing about Kenyon, like if you're looking at him at this stage, he's been a kick returner in his past, and so maybe bringing in a guy like Kenyon Drake takes some pressure off your other stars that I don't like the idea of using them as a returner.
No, they don't have one.
Right?
They don't have one.
Well, they've been using like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
They don't have one because you don't want to use those guys. That's my point. Outside of the
Holland
two bombs,
too, which I don't like the idea of that either.
Right. Outside of the two nuclear bombs, who else are you going to use a return that you love right now?
Yeah. I mean, Preston Williams, but he's probably not going to make the team.
Yeah. No, I don't even like him as a returner that much.
Right.
I'm talking about dude, there is not a returner. Wow, I forgot about the returns for Kenyon Drake. That's a great call.
So he hasn't been a punt returner recently, but he has been a kick returner. So he could definitely fill that role. I'm sure he could learn if he did, or I'm sure he's done punt return. He just hadn't done a lot recently. And I know for a fact that he enjoys Miami as a city. And he had some fond memories when he came back here where he's kind of reminiscent. You remember the last big thing he had here, the Miami Miracle. Yeah, and so although it didn't have a great career here per se, I don't see any issue with the reunion there. My only issue with the running back room, and this is why I think the Sony Michel thing is
I know the thumper
really working out so far. Who's going to do the short yardage? It's not Raheem Mostert. Maybe
Alec Ingold, baby. Yeah. Alec Ingold. That's it. Unload, man.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So because Kenyan's not going to run the short yardage either.
You have Hunter Long play fullback. And Alec as the short yardage guy, and that's it. You come up with what's the name of the big lineman? We put Hunt in front of Alec Ingold. Oh, baby, the elephant front. It's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
I want Hunter Long to focus on playing tight end good before.
Yeah. No, I was wrong. Position. Let's put it's not Hunt. It's Wilkins, isn't it? It's Wilkins that played fullback.
So Wilkins, yes, but Robert Hunt caught that pass on Thursday Night Football.
No, I want a fullback. So are we going Wilkins?
So Wilkins comes in as a fullback. Yes.
Okay, so Wilkins.
But he hasn't carried the ball. He's just been as a blocker.
I just want him blocking for Alec Ingold.
You don't want him blocking for the blocking fullback?
Yeah. Think about that. How in the hell are you not going to get your yard?
Yeah.
You'll get those 2 yards like easy with those two guys right there, bro.
Yeah.
They'll think that Moses was standing on the other side, just opening it up and partying or something like that. That's all.
Yeah.
Well,
but you're right. I guess Alec Ingold could end up taking that short yardage. Usually you don't use your fullback all the time as that role, but McDaniel loves fullbacks, and Alec Ingold has been a good fullback in his career, so maybe he takes a bigger part of that. So
there you go. See, I came up with some stuff. We were Holland coming in, helping out in coverage, you know, a little Kenyon Drake action, and now we've got Wilkins and Ingold on short yardage kicking people's ass. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, McDaniel used to hire offensive analyst, right? You know,
that's it. Where's my job? Let's go. Follow him on Twitter at Cameron Wolf. Catch his work there at the NFL Network. See, I no longer screw up the network thing anymore, huh?
Yeah. Not
I haven't screwed up anymore.
NFL Network. So
us old people, it takes a while for us to get going, and then we're.
I still run into a lot of people that consider me ESPN. It's gonna take a couple years for it to fully sink in.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. All right, and catch him twice a week. You're doing his thing with our KSDT CPA, Miami Dolphins and NFL Report. As always, Cam, thank you, my brother. We will. I'll see you tomorrow at practice.
Absolutely. See you out there.
You got it. There you go, Cameron Wolf. Yes, sir. The Wolf Pack has been unleashed. Hour number 2 is done. Hour number 3 is next. Manny Navarro starts it off.
This has been the KSDT CPA Pro Football Report with NFL insider Cameron Wolf. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full-service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit them at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
We're set, ready to go. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. How you feeling, baby? You feeling good?
Feeling great, man. Want to get the season started already because I feel like the camp storylines, I'm bored of them already. Let's get to the season.
Well, because they don't actually allow you to really talk about what's going on because you don't get to see it. So at least it would be a little bit more entertaining if you're able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Did you hear anything? Did they add Stickum to the receiver's hands? What's going on in practice?
They need Stickum, crazy glue. They need all kinds of stuff, man. This is just putting more pressure on Tyler Van Dyke. I mean, he's going to have to be really, really perfect with everything that he does. The good news is you have 2 games to get the, get the dust off of you, so to speak, right, with those receivers. And we'll see. We'll see how they turn out. I think it's an area to be worried about. I mean, we said it in the preseason before camp started. Hey, somebody has to emerge, and I don't know that's happened yet.
That's bad. That's really, really bad. And so I hope the tight ends and the running backs are going to need to catch some passes out of the backfield. I hope they're prepared because you talked about putting pressure on Tyler. Well, think about it. At Oregon, he had a running quarterback in Justin Herbert that, Justin Herbert can pass the hell out of the ball, but he can run like a deer for his size. But can Tyler scramble and can get you a couple yards? Yes. But is he a running quarterback? No, that's actually not really his game, where actually Justin is a good enough athlete that he can do both. You know what I mean? And do it effectively. That's not really his game, and you don't want to put him out there to take some extra hits because the kid's trying to keep some drives alive.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Josh Gaddis really, maintenance is going to be a word here that's very important with this Hurricanes offense. When they play elite teams, I think certainly a guy like Jalen Knighton, right, who you feature in the passing game a whole lot last year. I don't know if now with the injuries to Don Chaney Jr. and Trevante Citizen, where maybe you just make him the primary ball carrier, right, and you don't use him as much in the passing game. You use a Henry Parrish. You use, Brashard Smith on jet sweeps to kind of supplement what you lose in terms of, handoffs. They're going to have to be creative in some way here with the receivers not being consistent enough and the running backs being, banged up, so to speak. So you're right. Tight ends are going to have to be good and healthy. And that's something they're not right now. I mean, Will Mallory has been held out of all these scrimmages because he had the shoulder injury in the spring. He had the minor procedure. So they're being protective of him. They're wrapping some of these guys up in bubble tape and trying to make sure that they're ready for the season.
Do you think the fan base is a little too hyped and maybe not realistic about
Are we talking about the last 20 years or just the last 2 weeks?
No, I'm just talking about the crystal ball hype.
Yeah.
And while I love that Mario's taken over, I love the staff he has, but it's kind of like, it's kind of the Skylar Thompson shit that's going on now. We got crazy ass fans that think, oh no, you can just trade Teddy right now or cut him, make him number 2. You got another level of fan base who are saying, no, just make him the starter, forget Tua. And it's like, what are you people watching? Like they're playing backups against this kid. He's terrific. I like him. But he's a developmental player that you like. He's nowhere near NFL. He hasn't seen NFL defenses. He hasn't seen number 1 corners. He has no idea what to expect with that kind of stuff. And some people, so it's an unrealistic approach already to Skylar Thompson.
Right.
Okay. And so Mario Cristobal, who's already a proven player and a proven coach, and then all the hype, and then everything what's it called? The booster's doing. What's his name?
John Ruiz, right?
Ruiz is doing, and all the other folks that are doing NILs, and it's gotten to a point where it's so hyped up that I get a feeling that there's a lot of these Canes fans that are expecting the team to be great right away. And dude, just like Skylar Thompson, this team is still green. This team is still not ready. And it's not fair to put those kind of expectations on Mario. Yet I feel like those expectations are there for a lot of Canes fans.
I mean, there's still guys in this roster that shouldn't be here. And look, they did a good job with the transfer portal, bringing in help, especially on the defensive line. But you saw last week a kid like Marcus Clark, right, who started 4 games last year. He hit the transfer portal. You've seen other guys before camp sort of exiting. He's not done cleaning out this roster. Like, this is far from the finished product. And so I think Miami fans, what they need to do is realize this is just the beginning, right? And while you can be excited that the university is spending a lot of money and that you've got John Ruiz, who's putting a lot of money towards NIL, and some other people that are putting more money towards NIL, those are all great things to be excited about. You also have to be realistic and look at this roster and say, okay, where's, Andre Johnson? Where's Reggie Wayne? Where's where are the guys that are gonna, the playmakers at that receiver position that are gonna win you a national championship? Where are the linebackers?
Stars that took you to the special levels
back
in the day. There's not enough of those guys, dude. Come on.
And the one thing I would say that everybody needs to keep in mind is there is a clear separation between the 4 or 5 elite programs who really have a chance to win the national title every year than the teams who fill out the top 25, right? Like, to me, if you've been paying attention to college football at all for the last 10 years, I mean, it's the same teams that are making the playoffs every year. It's not, there's not a whole lot of variety with that. So, and if you
this past year was the first one in a while with Cincinnati. That's
right.
it.
And Michigan, right? Who is supposed to be good, right? Michigan and Miami and all these
Every
blue
year.
bloods are supposed to be that good, right? They're supposed to finally get there. But my point is, like, it took Jim Harbaugh how long to get to the playoff, right? And he's at Michigan, right? And they're supposed to always have great players at Michigan. It's about talent. It really is about talent. And then it's about coaching and development after that. And Miami's talent is okay. Right. I'm sitting here looking at their roster. They've got 40 blue chip players on their 85-man rosters. 47% of the roster are 4- and 5-star players that are supposedly big time high school kids that come to the program. Well, go and look at Clemson. Clemson's got 51 and they've got 12 5-star kids. I know in the end, I know you're not necessarily a believer in all that, but the best of the best usually pan out. Usually the best 50 kids every year are usually the best 50 kids in college football eventually, right? You might have some to bleed out. Miami has 2 5-star recruits on this roster. Mario's just getting started with getting the elite kids. So, and yes, do they have to coach better? Absolutely. I think there's no doubt we can say that, with Kevin Steele and Josh Gaddis, who just won the Broyles Award, Jamil Adai, who won a national championship at Georgia, you've upgraded the coaching staff. So everything is in place, but the change doesn't happen overnight. And I still look at this roster and say, man, could they win the division this year? Yes. But it's no slam dunk. I think Pittsburgh could beat them at the end of the year. And I think even if Miami gets to the ACC title game, if Clemson's quarterback is for real, they still have the best team. So whoever that turns out to be, whether it's DJ Uiagalelei or the freshman Cade Klubnik, they have 2 5-star elite quarterbacks there to pick from. One of them, I'm sure, will get the job done.
Man, I remember one year that the Canes had a great year with Geno, and Geno took a effing beating, just an absolute beating that whole year.
Yeah,
because his line
was banged up.
Yeah, his line wasn't that good, and that some bitch hung in there. And that, to me, that's the Canes quarterback that has shown me the most toughness in the pocket that I've ever seen, because I don't think I ever saw a dude take a beating like he did, unless you're like a bad quarterback that you were taking a beating because you didn't read right. This had nothing to do with it. This dude was waiting for the play to break, and he had no choice to wait until he let it go. And there were so many times that after letting it fly, Geno just got bamboozled, bro. And those teams are pretty good.
Yeah. And he had receivers that could make plays for him.
Receivers,
he had running backs. I mean, they had full arsenals. And those were the teams
they were good. and yet he still took a beating. So imagine these teams aren't anywhere near that team.
Right.
Okay. So
that's the problem. Oh, is that the same uniforms come out, right? And so people just assume, oh, the coach is upgraded. This is the uniform's going to magically make these guys better. No, it really comes down to talent and development. And now is when you've got these coaches, and they've just started working with these kids. They've just started. I mean, they've had 8 months.
You can be Magic Benton or you can be Santana Moss.
Right.
That's the way it is, dude. You can be Kyle Wright or you can be Van Dyke. It's the way it is, and they all come in with the same hype, but you find out what's real and what's Memorex too at the same time, and they've had a lot of stuff that's Memorex and it's not real, and that's been their problem right now.
And
that's why I worry about that. I worry about people overhyping and over expecting just way too much for a guy that just took over the damn program, and that's just wrong, dude.
Well, I mean, listen, we'll learn a lot about this team at Texas A&M. These first 2 games, it could only feed that hype, right? Because you got Bethune-Cookman and Southern Miss, 2 games that you should go out on paper and dominate both of them. So I think initially there's going to be a lot of excitement, but September 17th will be the true litmus test, and then after that, the last 2 games of the season, I would expect that those are not going to be easy games for Miami. So 9 wins, 10 wins, I think that they're capable of it. They're capable. Is that a guarantee? Is that a slam dunk? No. Especially when you have certain positions already that they're little red flags, right? Like you're going in, already running back, red flag, 3 healthy guys. Receiver, Xavier Restrepo might be the only guy you can depend on. Tight end, Will Mallory, already banged up with the shoulder, right? He hasn't been out there in camp regularly. So I think the defense will be better. I think that's the positive. I think the defense is going to be a lot better. That was a big problem last year, tackling and creating pressure. I think the defensive line is much improved. Secondary, I would think, is much improved as well. That's what Coach Kevin Steele has been saying, the coordinator. He thought secondary is where they made the biggest strides. So they'll be better on that side of the ball. And ultimately defense is what's going to set them apart, if they're ever going to get back to being championship grade again, because there are so many tremendous athletes in this area on the defensive side of the ball year in and year out, between safeties and pass rushers, etc. I think that's, to me, I was talking about this today with somebody else, one of the other beat reporters. To me, Mario has 2 challenges that are going to tell us whether or not he's going to be successful here. One, can Kevin Steele become a Brent Venables? In other words, can he team up and sort of handle that one side of the ball? Because that's going to be tough. Mario went through a lot of coaches when he was at Oregon. And yet you look at some of these other successful programs like Clemson, right? Well, what did they have when Dabo Swinney was winning the conference championship every year? They had an unbelievable DC in Brent Venables. And
we were all shocked he stayed there that long, actually. Right. Like, he finally left, and it's like, yo, dude, like, you have no aspirations, I guess. You're like, fine that you've reached your pinnacle, I guess, because that's what it seemed like with Venables, that like he was happy being a defensive coordinator. And hey, listen, there are some coaches that just love being a coordinator instead. They don't want to really be the head coach. I've seen those kind of coaches before that they're happy. Mel Phillips, for many years, was a defensive backs coach. He was very happy being a defensive backs coach. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those deals. It happens.
Yeah. So that to me is number one. We'll see how many of these guys are retained, how many of them leave, and how much trouble that causes, especially with recruits. That'll be number one. And then I would say the second one is winning over the South Florida elite recruits. And that hasn't happened yet. It's hard to come in here right away and win over the best players in this town when the program has sucked essentially for 2 decades. A lot of the best kids want to go to Ohio State and Alabama still, and they still want to go away to Georgia. And so, he's done a good job nationally recruiting, but at some point you're going to need your own backyard. You're going to need the best players. And so, the 2 kids in the 2024 class from Chaminade, the ones that I've mentioned before, JoJo Trader and Jeremiah Smith, they're 2 5-star elite superstar kids. Next year, it's going to be really important for Mario to land them, because if he gets them, then I feel like the tide has started to change. But to me, that's what I look at. Coaching, who stays with him here after the season? Can he find that Brent Venables guy to handle the defense, to partner with for the next decade? And then winning in his own backyard for the elite national recruits. those things change, then I think Miami can be a championship program.
Well, you a story you broke here last week was Don Chaney. Talk to us a little bit about that injury and what's going on with the young man.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he's going to be out for a little while. I think there's some hope that he could come back at some point this season. I don't think it's completely determined that he's done for the year or anything like that. I think, the hope from some people that I spoke to was that, if he can heal and then get back out on the field, he's going to certainly try to do that. He's not going to, just sort of toss the season to the wind and say, forget it, I'm redshirting. So he will try. I think we'll have to see how his body heals from the hit that he took. I don't want to speculate on the injury because I've heard two different things and I don't know which one is accurate, but it's like I said on the show last week, it's not the same knee. It's not a knee injury. So that's good news. The question is, how long will he be out? I would suspect he will not be ready for the start of the season, certainly, maybe mid-season at best, best case scenario. But again, it's all about, can he come back and trust his body? I mean, the kid's been through the ringer here mentally, right? I mean, you miss all of last year, basically 10 games. You come back, you're on the cusp of a new season. And again, you got to go and rehab and put your body through it all. So hopefully for him, he's dealt with a lot of injuries in his career. Hopefully for him, he's able to come back. But for now, I would say I would remain cautiously optimistic he'll be back at some point this season.
I love this one. Cap for Life says, I'm just curious why Mario Cristobal never drafted to his little brother and why the little brother went to Maryland and not Oregon or Alabama. Well, maybe because he's a junior, and that was like 4 years ago when you had to recruit him. Was he here in Miami 4 years ago? And maybe 4 years ago, you had a guy named Herbert also. I don't know, dude. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you might want to do your homework, Cap for Life, before you ask a question. Anyway, what are you working on there at the Athletic so folks can check you out, my brother? And maybe Cap for Life can read so he can actually get educated. All right, go ahead.
Well, I put out my top player list for the start of the season here after coming off of camp, sort of a camp wrap up as far as the pecking order of who the most important players / important units are. So I that's on the website now. Working on a couple different projects. We just put out a roundtable over the weekend previewing the ACC. I caught up with the barber, Kane's barber, a couple weeks ago. That feature story will come out at some point. There's
you
a lot
didn't
of
get
different
a cut.
things.
I could tell you didn't get a cut, but go ahead.
No, he did. He just didn't cut the top, man. I got this thing growing long on me here now on the top, but he did the sides. He shaved the sides. Now I got to go back. I mean, that's the thing. And I don't have much. Oh, it's kind of hiding. It's kind of like just covering up whatever I can cover up what's left there.
I'll be there soon, bro. I'll be there soon. I'm surprised I haven't gotten there yet, but I'll be there soon. Although the hat's helping me fight it off because I'm actually growing back my yarmulke, which is really, really cool.
There you go.
I was developing the natural yarmulke that all of us develop. We all are from the Jewish culture, really, in a way, because we all have the natural yarmulke. That's kind of where it comes out, right? So, so we can we have an in there. You know what I mean? So, but mine's disappearing, which is really good.
All my buddies keep telling me, just shave your head, bro. It's not working anymore. The comb over is not working anymore. Just shave your head. I told them when I turn 50, I'll shave my head. Bruce Willis made it work for a long time. I got to be able to do the same thing. So,
well, how much you got till 50?
6 more years.
Okay, right there you go.
Hang on to it till then.
6 more years and you're going bald. You won't go bald if you have still the same hair. You're going to hang on to it. We're all going to hang on to what we have for as long as very few of us have the balls of Steve Goldstein. Okay, Goldie just didn't mess around when it first showed up. He said, "That's it. I'm going, bro." And
Gone.
he, now he styles it.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. The rest of us are afraid because I know I'm going to look like freaking E.T. So I don't want to go bald. See, Goldie's got a terrific dome, so it looks terrific. I saw him today. It was glistening in the sun and all that, But the rest of us, we worry because we look like, we think like we have E.T.'s head. Mm-hmm. And then, all of us, wow, dude, your head's all deformed. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, I got to wear a hat, That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've got a lot of money invested in hats. I know that's going to be part of my future, brother. So
there you go. Just added a new one. There you go. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Catch him twice a week here doing his thing with our Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up later in the week.
All right, brother. Take care.
You got it. There you go. The great Manny Navarro. Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
That's where all the fans chop. And by the way, if you chop there and you get over $99, you will get free shipping there at Caneswear. Big O is not the end-all be-all, but gotta love him. Hey, to be fair, I also asked what Manny's wearing a Justin Herbert shirt, and you... Cap for life. You know how many times we've talked about that Justin Herbert shirt? You're like batting like 0 today. You're better off today, Cap for life. Kind of relaxing today. Just watch the show. Just take it easy. Watch the show. Your questions have all been off. He even told us the story of the Justin Herbert shirt and everything. And this is that's probably the third or fourth time he's worn that Justin Herbert shirt on the show. You got to watch the show more often so you can know some of the storylines that develop. See, some of you just download segments and sometimes you don't get all the little things that happen in between throughout the show. Leon Fresco, thank you. He says, what are you working on, O? Q, is an Ed Berliner special? Ed Berliner. I love Ed Berliner. He is a trip. I got to tell you. Remember Ed had the fastest 2 hours in sports. Stu Ops Opperman. That was the man. Yes, sir. They did a good job with that show. Years ago, I used to enjoy that show. I remember it would be on. I'd get in the car. I want to say it was on like around 1 or 2 in the afternoon or something like that. Used to do a really good job with that show. Ed Berliner's a trip. Let's see. What else do we have? Rosendo says, when I get older, losing my hair many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine's birthday greeting bottle of wine? We will. I definitely will, Rosendo. There's no doubt about that. Mr. Bonafide says, if Mario gets us in the top 25 in tackling, then I'm happy. Missed tackles lost so many games last year. And he says, I still wonder how good Vinny could have been if he had access to today's technology to help him with being colorblind. I don't know if it was colorblind or being a choke artist. I'm not sure which one it is. I'll go with choke artist. Okay. How are you really good throughout the regular season and then you choke in the big game? Ever thought of that, by the way? You ever thought when he's holding Bosworth's head and then completing it over his face for a regular season win? But then when he goes into the bowl game against Tennessee and Penn State, he completely pisses in his pants? And now we're going to use the colorblind thing? Woo! Did you ever listen to JT the Brick? Bro, JT is my friend. I was on JT's show last week for the Raiders. In fact, Sean, I screwed up. The next time we're in Vegas, we'll go to JT's house and hang out, man. I know JT, man. JT and I are super cool, Juice. So JT's a friend in the business. I've known JT for a long time. Really good dude. Hung out at his home and everything when I'm in Vegas for boxing matches and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know if he's, but you know what? He might have, maybe he moved his house from Vegas. Not exactly sure now. I don't know if he's still there. But yes, yeah, I'm tight with JT. Very tight with him. He's a good dude. Let's see, what else do we have? Michael says, "Oh, do you think that the Dolphins have enough this year to make the playoffs?" Hell yeah, Michael. F yeah, dude. Unless they suffer like all these catastrophic injuries, then yeah, they won't make the playoffs. But this is a 9 or 10 win team the last 2 years. Now you added an offensive staff, and you added Tyreek Hill, and you added Cedric Wilson. You added Eric Azukama. You added Chase. You added Mostert. You added Ingold. Man, you added an offense to this team. Hell yeah, this better be a playoff team. I'm not asking them to go to the Super Bowl, but I'm asking them to win 1 or 2 more games and get in the damn playoffs. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is a playoff team. And if Mike McDaniel can coach, they should be a playoff team. If he knows offense, they should be a playoff team. Yeah, I'm not asking them to go deep in the playoffs. I'm not asking them to win the Super Bowl, as much as I would love that, and it's probably going to happen. But, you know, I don't want to like build it up too much here. But I'll tell you, yeah, they should make the playoffs. Big O, I know I'm late. What is going on with Byron Jones? Nothing. He's still on the side. I think he's going to be fine and he's going to be ready to go. They must be super confident in it because there is no panic in them. They're not going out there, not going crazy, bringing in a ton of defensive backs. They're not trying to trade for anybody. So I think Jones will be back playing with X, and Kader Kohu will be your number 4 corner. Keon Crossan will be your 5, and Noah Igbenogany will last 1 more year as your 6th corner. As Sam and Pat try to develop him and reach him. If they can't reach him this year, then I think he gets discarded after that. But he will get 1 year under this coaching staff and those kind of guys to see if they can reach him and get him to play the way he possibly could play. So there you go, my friend. I didn't really talk specifically about Jones, so that's why I kind of, not repeated it, but talked a little bit and elaborated on it. Alex says Dolphins' schedule is just tough, but I think they're going to get that 11th win this year. Yeah, I don't play the schedule game. I'm not worried about the Pats game either, by the way. Didn't they beat the Pats last year twice? Yeah, and they're better now. They should win that game. I'm not worried about the Pats game. Not worried about Baltimore and not worried about the Pats. They're going to win those games. It's a matter of splitting between the Bengals and the Bills. And probably the Bengals is the game you win and not the Bills, because the Bills obviously are better than Miami. Noah's the 12th quarter. No, he's not, Robert. I'm telling you, he's the 6th. Okay, we're not having 12 corners on the team. You're wrong. So there you go. Can Noah go on the practice squad? That would be the perfect place to stash him. Nobody would grab him either. If you can keep the salary and move it over to the practice squad, that would be awesome. But you would have to cut him in order to get him on a practice squad, probably. So then you take the whole cap hit. But wouldn't it be awesome to move Noah over to the practice squad with the salary? That assures that he stays on the practice squad the whole year, because nobody would grab him to pay him that money. It would be awesome. But no, you can't do that, unfortunately. Would be nice, but you can't do it. Let's do this. Yesterday we lost in our liquor split matchup of the night. The Marlins will continue their set with the A's. Let's give you our liquor split matchup of the night.
It's time to tap that app. And no one loves to tap that app like the Big O. Here's the liquor split matchup of the night.
righty. So yesterday, we screwed up. We got back into the losing column, unfortunately, after winning the day before. We are now 28-16-1, still on a hell of a run in our liquor split matchup of the night. We told you to go over 7 runs, but I got to tell you something. I screwed up because I was looking at ESPN and the pitching matchups, and they had Pablo Lopez. And I mentioned it yesterday, and some of you corrected me after on the chat board that it was, Cabrera. And I probably would have stayed away from the game overall with Cabrera, and I unfortunately did not. So I ended up losing that game. We said over 7. Marlins did win, which was good, 3-0 over the A's. Cabrera was terrific. He went 8 innings, no earned runs, 7 Ks. He's got a 1.41 ERA. So tonight it's Pablo Lopez taking on Zach Loke. Loke is 3-7 at a 6.35 ERA, and Lopez is 7-8 at a 3.83 ERA. Miami is favored by a 1.5. Over and under is 7. Miami minus 145 in the money line, and Oakland plus 120. I'm staying away from this game. I can't trust Pablo Lopez. I can't lay the 1.5 runs because I can't trust their offense. They're also going up against a pitcher that, right now you can't trust in Pablo, and then Zach is not a good pitcher. So this is unpredictable for me. Not that it was very predictable as it is yesterday. But I'm going to stay away from this game. I'm actually going to move over and going to go to the Phillies and the Reds. All right. The Phillies, by the way, are favored by 1.5 runs. The over and under is 8. Cincinnati is plus 170 in the money line, and the Phillies are minus 200 on the money line. So the question is, where are we going here? I got to tell you, I like Philadelphia in this one, but I'm going to lay the 1.5 runs here. That's why. I just think that the Phillies have enough of an offense to take advantage of the pitching tonight. And for tonight, Nick Lodolo is on the mound sporting a 4.12 ERA, and he's got a 1.57 whip. All right. This kid can strike people out, but he also will walk, and he'll put some people on base. And he's given up his share of home runs. Now, Suarez has also given up some home runs too, but Suarez has actually pitched more of the season compared to Lodolo. Suarez is sporting a 3.31 ERA for the Phillies, and he's got a 1.29 ERA. He's got 114 innings pitched. He's allowed 10 home runs in the 114 innings. That's not bad. But Lodolo, 7 in 54. That's what I'm telling you. Dangerous. A lot of walks, a lot of home runs. I'm going to ride the Phillies here. I'm going to lay the 1.5 runs. Phillies versus the Reds, minus 1.5 runs. Don't forget to download the app, iOS or Android. Use our code if you're in Tampa or you're in the city of Miami. Okay, so if you're in Little Havana, if you're in Allapattah, if you're in Coconut Grove, if you're in Westchester, you're in Flagami, you're in Coco Plum, tap that app, download it, man, and get your favorite liquor delivered to your home. We don't want you drinking and driving. Keep the party going. Keep that get-together going. Keep that date going. Do not disturb that groove by leaving. Grab your phone, tap that app, and order that vodka, order that wine, order that beer, order that Edge energy drink, chips, smokes. They got it all. And you're going to get 15% off your first order. If you haven't done it yet, Big O 15. Use the code. And our folks in Tampa, if you're listening in Tampa, download the app, tap that app in Tampa, and use the code Big O 15 and get 15% off and get that liquor delivered right to your home. That's our liquor split matchup of the night.
The matchup of the night is brought to you by Liquor Split, Miami's own online liquor store. Liquor Split. Download then tap that app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split.
It's a beautiful thing. We love Liquor Splits. What else do we have? Oh, I saw the Nets, by the way. Not only did they use and abuse Kevin Durant like a little bitch. Oh, I want them fired. It's them or me. Well, it's them, not you. And you're under contract. Come on back. Shut up and play basketball. Let's use a Laura Ingraham line. Hey, Kevin Durant, shut up and play basketball. So not only do you have to come back and, stick your tail between your legs, Kevin, you and your burner accounts, not only do you have to, play with Kyrie Irving, and, of course, you've got the head case point guard. The Nets also, I hear, could sign Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, that's sane, right? Because, of course, playing with Kyrie Irving, that's sane. Expecting Ben Simmons to turn his life around, sane, yeah. And Carmelo Anthony still at this age, the bricklayer, sane, yeah. Carmelo Anthony. Oh, wow, that scares me so much. I'm trembling that the Nets are coming back all together now. I love that. It's fantastic. So did you guys see that Fox brought back Urban Meyer? Now, there was some talk, right, that they would bring back Urban Meyer. A lot of us are going, what? You're going to bring Urban Meyer back? That thing, that disgusting thing, because he's not even a human being. He's a disgrace to humanity. Urban Meyer is shameful for everyone at every level. How does that guy get to sit there in a studio and tell people how to build a college program and how to do things the right way or anything respectable? There's nothing respectable about that guy. Everything is despicable about him. Fox, do you people have any scruples at Fox? Is that your job, that you want to just put yourself next to whatever crap comes out of the sewer? My God. You're going to hire that guy. That's just, you know what's just as bad? I'm going to show you exactly what's just as bad. If you can, Sean, please take down the border there, por favor, because we all want to show you now. What could be worse than Urban Meyer getting hired by Fox? This is what could be worse than Urban Meyer getting hired by Fox. Brett Favre. Brett Favre wants you to pray with him and so many other Christian athletes on Hollow, the #1 Christian prayer app in the U.S. The man that sends penis pics wants you to pray with him. The man that rips off Mississippi taxpayers. What was it? Almost $1 million? What was the story from this scumbag, Brett Favre? What was that story for Brett Favre? Where is that story of Brett Favre? Mississippi sues Brett Favre. Here we go. This is a great Christian. For all you Christians out there, you only wish you were this guy right here. Yes, sir. You wish you were Brett Favre. What a great Christian athlete he is. Oh, man. Now I can't pull up the story because apparently I've pulled it up too many times. And some crap is coming up that they want me to pay. Mississippi Department of Human Services on Monday sued retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre and 3 pro wrestlers, Sean, and several other people and businesses whatever. Anyway, so they're suing him for a bunch of money. What a great Christian this guy is. Huh? Why don't you all pray with Brett Favre? Pray the rosary. Come on, baby. That's a great Christian right there. He'll teach you how to send penis pics. He'll teach you how to rip off the government. He'll teach you how to, I don't know, report late to camp, keep your team hostage every year through the draft. Should we draft a quarterback? Is he coming back? No. What? Huh? Remember that with Brett Favre? Yeah, this guy's all class, huh? I mean, seriously, for those of you out there, because I'm not a religious person, but if you are religious, tell me that doesn't piss you off. You can't be really, truly a Christian person and tell me that you're not pissed off that Brett Favre is selling himself like a holy roller. Urban Meyer to Fox and Brett Favre. What a great Christian.
It's 1.1 million for Favre.
There you go. There you go. Way to rip off the taxpayers, huh, Brett? Allegedly. Juice F5 says, what's your past favorite motel back in the day? Mine to take my ex-girlfriends were Wakamba on 8th Street, Tradewinds Executive Airport, and Miami Princess, then Ray's Pizza to finish off the evening. Now that, I don't, Juice F5, I don't know what made you come up with those kind of questions, brother. I'm an airport executive guy. I got to tell you, I'm sorry, but I'm an airport executive guy. I went to the one on 8th Street a couple times, but you didn't catch me in El Nido or Jamaica or any of those kind of places. But I did do a little airport executive. I did the 8th Street one a couple times, but I did the one right next to the airport. That was commonplace right there. Yep. Get the one with the pool. Did you ever get the one with the pool? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yep. Brett Dodger says the no-tell motel. Alex says, I always hated Brett Favre, and he keeps showing me why. I mean, he's a first-class scumbag. I saw that the other day, and it's like, this guy's telling Christians, pray with me? Seriously. And you're that company. So you hired that guy to represent your company. Well, he needs the money so he can pay off Mississippi taxpayers. Sorry, Big O, a Christian should not judge. Well, you're listening to the wrong show because this Catholic is going to judge it all. Okay? Sorry, bro. I'm judging, and I'm judge and jury. I'm not just judging, I'm judge and jury. Okay? And Brett Favre is a first-class scumbag. Oh, and so is Urban Meyer. First-class scumbag. Fox, you're also scumbags for hiring him. Freaking losers. So, yeah. Castaways in Miami. David with the big bucks. Love the Castaways. The Egyptian room in the Miami Executive. That's like Dennis Rodman on Above the Influence. No, hiring Brett Favre to pray with him and Christian athletes to pray with him, or Favre on Fox, or Urban Meyer to be on a college football set for Fox is like giving Casey Anthony a show on parenting. Okay? And for those of you that may live under a rock and you don't follow life and everything else outside of sports, you can go ahead and search Casey Anthony and you'll see what comes up. Just put Casey Anthony kills, and I'm sure that comes up. But I'm seriously, like, come on. How do I take you serious? You hired Urban Meyer. How do I take you serious? You want other Christians to follow your app, and you've got Brett Favre? Wow. What's a famous baby store now, Sean? What's the famous baby store around regionally, nationally? Give me something. What's a famous baby store? There's got to be one, right? Somebody give me some famous baby store out there. Judge harshly, that's me. I like that. Children's Place, there you go. Casey Anthony representing Children's Place. I have no idea. But that's it. La Ideal. Oh, that is classic. Boy, back in the day in Hialeah. What's it called?
There's one called Bye Bye Baby.
There you go. Casey Anthony for Bye Bye Baby. That's exactly what happened to her baby. It's a sick world. How do you hire Urban Meyer? How do you have Brett Favre represent you? It's like you're like two disgusting companies. You have no scruples, no awareness, no nothing. If you're a Christian, you should be pissed off at that company. And all of us should be just disgusted with Fox. But then again, that's kind of the territory for them. But what are you going to do? All righty. Man, can you send Omar a message? See if he is ready at any time? Because I have not seen him hook up yet. He has not been available. And so somebody goes, Omar's on the line. I wish. But he's had a lot of conflicts with the new gig, which kind of tells you where I think it's going by the end of the month. So I think this is probably going to be his last month. It kind of seems like the new gig has him tied up like crazy. So what are you going to do? But hopefully Fox should bring back Joe Buck. Did they fire him or something? Is Joe Buck on another? I don't even keep up with that. I have no idea. You got me confused on that one. Take Omar's sponsor and put it towards Shad. Actually, Shad's already got his own sponsor coming in, and he will be joining us on September 5th. Joe Shad returns to the platform. Okay? Casey Anthony in an Adopt a Baby commercial. Oh my God, Daniel Grafton, that's a great one right there. Can you imagine? You have an Adopt a Baby program, and you have Casey Anthony representing you. That would be absolutely classic right there. Daniel Grafton, thank you for the love on the super chat. What a line. When sports and business collide, folks, we like to do something on this show, and it is called the KSDT Sports Business Report. All right. I see 12 minutes ago says, breaking President Biden to announce decision on student loan debt forgiveness. Give those people a break already, bro. I know I had to pay my student loan off. It took forever, bro. I mean, I paid mine off, but for people that have to carry that burden now, trying to lift themselves up off the ground, it's really, really tough. Education and medicine should be something that all of us should have, period. There should not be the haves and the have-nots. That part, that's one thing that I would love to fix in our world, Everybody should have healthcare, man, and everybody should have a shot at educating themselves and bettering themselves. All right, in our KSDT CPA Sports Business Report, Tom Brady is a part of it. That's right, and he's moving into the NFT space. He's a crypto guy like I am. Well, today, Autograph, the company, has announced that it will release NFTs of Tom Brady that will also provide access to a fan club and at least one event with the NFL legend. 2,500 NFTs priced at $750 will be released next month. They will evolve visually over the NFL season based on Brady's performance with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Members will be able to access benefits from other Brady-associated brands, such as nutrition and performance companies TB12 and Brady Brand, and crypto company FTX, which has a major sponsorship deal with the quarterback. Brady will also be a member event at the end of the NFL season in Tampa. How about that? While the NFT market has been associated mostly with specialized brands as NBA Top Shot and CryptoPunks, mainstream brands have taken in huge sums of digital assets. Nike tops the field according to Dune at $185 million in total revenue, followed by Dolce & Gabbana at $25.7 million, Adidas at $11 million, and two apparel dominate the secondary market. Nike seeing $1.9 billion in activity, and Adidas at $175.7 million. NBA Top Shot eclipsed $1 billion in total sales in May. The platform has cooled off from its torrid pace from 2021 when it had $472.8 million in sales volume in the first quarter compared to $136 million. Pretty freaking amazing. By the way, 2,500 NFTs at $750. I did the math. $1.8 million. And remember, you buy the NFT at $750, it could go down to $75, or it could go up to $7,500 because there's only 2,500 of them. So it depends. If you have fanatical Tom Brady fans, and there's more than 2,500 in the world, those NFTs could end up getting up there. You might pay $750. You might be able to sell it for $25,000 down the line. I'm not saying you could. It could go down to $75. I don't get into NFTs because you just don't know where the value is and how long. Once you're done with the club and you meet him, if you get to do that or whatever, you're part of that party, then what else after that? So then it's just the value of the NFT. I invest in crypto because there is actual real world usage to it. And that's why, because people are going to use this or that or this product. Millions and millions and maybe billion people will use it. So that's why, because I know when it comes to Bitcoin, billions will be using it years from now. I know it. It's going to happen. It's the inevitable. So I know that thing's going to just explode. But the NFT, it's very unpredictable where it's going to go. But a Tom Brady one, and if it's limited like that, you got a chance. True Fin Fan, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, record this year, ready, go. 11-5. No.
It can't be 11-5.
12-5. I'm sorry, 12-5. 12-5. 17. My bad. Sorry. I'm bad in math. I screwed up the math. Just like Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap's facing 5 years. Gotta love it. Rap about it and then live it. Well, okay, sure. If you want to do that, go ahead, bro. Yes, sir. What do you got for me, Sean? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I'm watching the lake.
No, I was trying to correct you on the 17. Also, check your phone.
Yeah. I looked at the delayed one, not at the live one, because my live is over here. Sometimes you'll see me looking that way. And I am looking at the person I'm talking to, but not this way. And this is how it would look like if I was talking to the person. You know what I mean? So a lot of times I look this way, but there are times where I'm looking this way because I'm looking at the live screen, because this is the recorded screen, because this is the one that has the chat board on it. So that way I can keep up with everything going on. So that's kind of the deal. NFTs are like other art, can be copied and devalued by counterfeit. No, they can't, Robert Lund. It's called the blockchain, my brother. You can't duplicate in the blockchain. It's over. Learn about crypto, my brother. Learn about blockchain, please. Don't be saying stuff that you have no concept or idea. Let me explain something to you, Robert Lund. The blockchain is different than the internet. You can go copy and paste and steal whatever the hell you want. You can try to copy it and resell it and all that kind of stuff. In the blockchain, you can't. You can't reach it. You can't touch it. You can't duplicate it. It's impossible. You can't hack it. You can't do it. It's over. It's already, and this is what's going to happen. I'm going to explain to you now. So the NFT you bought for $750. Let's have some fun with this. And let me explain a lot of these things that some of you don't understand about crypto. So you're an artist and you teamed up with Tom Brady, not this NFT, but you teamed up with Tom Brady. Okay. And both of you created this product. You and Tua, you and Brady, you and Wade, you and whatever. Okay. And you came up with 100 of these NFTs and you're selling each of them for $500. Pay attention. Okay. The blockchain is a problem or a transaction or a purchase or whatever that is solved. And it is solved by validators all over the world. And once that problem is solved, it's a block that is locked. And then the next transaction comes, and the next transaction comes, and the next transaction comes. The only way to hack Bitcoin or the blockchain, you would have to start to the first transaction 12 and a half years ago to then hack every single transaction till you can get out and actually then control it. You think that's possible? It's not. It's impossible. So it's solutions that are validated by people that are on the network and locked in. So this is what's going to happen now. Art, NFTs, whatever, that's on the blockchain, produced on the blockchain, you're going to sell it for $500. Okay, great. So Tua and this artist are going to get a percentage of each of those NFTs that are sold. Let's say it's 20, 25% they get out of it, each of them, right? Okay, so now your NFT, it's $500 for Tua. He took the Dolphins to the Super Bowl, which he's going to do, and win, which he's going to do. So now all of a sudden, that NFT went up to $5,000. Do you know what's going to happen, Robert Lund? You, Robert Lund, want to now sell that NFT because you're making $4,500 on it. But actually, you're not. Do you know why? Perpetually, every time you sell it, 20, 25%, whatever it is, goes to Tua and the artist. Automatically, you can't control it. When they send the purchase, it's already programmed in there. It's a smart contract. You can't unprogram it. You can't undo it. You can't do anything. And then somebody else sells that NFT for $5,000. They sell it for $50,000. 30 years later, 30 years later, Tua and the artist are going to get 20% out of that. You want to buy a concert ticket? Guess what? You ready for this? On the blockchain coming in the future, when you think you're selling it for more money because you bought your Bruce Springsteen ticket at $300, but somebody wants to offer you $3,000, guess what? Bruce is going to get a cut of that automatically. I don't know what percentage it's going to be, but Bruce is going to get it. Jay-Z is going to get it. Beyonce is going to get it. Everyone's going to get it. Your image, your likeness, your property will be protected like it's never been protected before. You will not be able to steal people's property because it's on the blockchain. Robert Lund, you have a lot of homework to do to understand what crypto, the blockchain, is all about. I'm explaining it to you, and I'm telling you so that way you don't sound stupid when you're around people that actually know what the hell they're talking about, and then you spew something that you have no idea and zero concept about. So learn about crypto before you actually talk about it. Understand what's developing before you talk about it. It's the same shit that happened with planes, with telephones, with cell phones, with the internet. It's all happening again. It's all like that. It's unbelievable. Oh, it's not going to help us. It's not part of us. I don't believe this. And then before you know it, you're all doing it. You've all got cell phones, you're all on the internet, you're all paying your bills, you're all doing everything. And before you know it, you're going to be paying all your bills. You're going to be doing everything on the blockchain. Because FP&L has to move to the blockchain. Eventually, Sears will move to the blockchain. Is Sears still open? Anyway, whatever. Everyone's moving to the blockchain. It'll eventually happen because it's going to be the best way they're going to be able to protect what they own. Anyway, Rosendo says, trust me, I want nothing more but success for the Finns, but let's see how McDaniel performs when it counts. Give the guy some room. 12 wins is a lot for a first-year coach. Well, Rosendo, they've won 9 or 10, right? I said win 1 or 2 more. Didn't I say that? So, yeah. If you got a better offense, your defense will be better. I expect the Dolphins to be better. Robert Lund says, we'll be up late reading tonight. Yeah, read. It's a very interesting thing. You've got to really learn what the blockchain is and why it benefits all of us, why it empowers you and me, and it takes power away from governments and banks and all the stuff that have manipulated and just controlled everything that we do and have run it into the ground a lot of times. So if you want your own future in your destiny in your hands, this is what this is going to do. It's going to provide everyone. That's the beauty of the blockchain. That's the beauty of crypto that's coming. No longer will a minority not be accepted for a loan or something because they're a minority. They're going to have the same power everyone else has. Everyone, man, woman, doesn't matter what color, what nationality you are, where you're at, you are going to be able, everyone will have the same opportunity to empower themselves. Just got to learn about it. You all got to learn about it. That's it. Just take the time. And once you find out more about it and read about it, you will find out why, fiat money is going to be a thing of the past. Like everything else evolves and develops. This will do the same thing. Let's see. True Fin fan says, guys, how many times has the Big O been wrong? Not saying he's always right, but why doubt his 12 wins? That's right. Why doubt my 12 wins and Super Bowl championship? Sean is looking forward to raising the trophy in Arizona. He told me. So I can't let Sean down more than anything else. It's not you guys. I gotta go get the Super Bowl trophy off of Tua's arm that day and hand it over to Sean so he can lift it up. I mean, it's got to happen that way. Rajan's got him at 13-4. Oh, what's a better football movie, Longest Yard or North Dallas 40? Oh, God. Not the new Longest Yard. You're talking about the original. Okay. Because that one's the funny one. Man, they're two different movies. I love them both. I love them both badly. I mean, they're so awesome. They are just absolutely awesome. I'm going to go North Dallas 40 first and then Longest Yard. That'll be my second movie. Yeah. I love North Dallas 40. That's a great movie, man. That's a fantastic movie. Big O, if and when you decide on an overseas holiday, we Australian Miami fans would gladly host you. Keep up the great work. Well, Julius, you got to find me a dolphin bar that is willing to fly us over there so we can do some shows. All right, because I know that Sean is dying to go down under and eat a whole bunch of Australian food. So, we've got to satisfy Sean. It's what it's all about here on the show. Super Bowl trophy, trip to Australia, all of that. So remember, if you guys if you're a sponsor anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, you want to fly this show out there, we'll be out there. We'll go out there. We'll have some fun. Doesn't matter where in the world. Well, except North Korea, Cuba, China, Russia. Yeah, I'm not interested in going to jail. Okay? That's what those countries are. They're just big, giant jails. No interest in going in any of those places. But anywhere else, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fly out. Week 1, Tua is going to say, I got you, Tua and throws 350 plus and at least one TD to both Hill and Waddle. Oh, you really think we will win, huh? I do. I like this Dolphins team. Double down on which movie is better for you, Replacements or Radio? Radio like Cuba Gooding Jr. Radio? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's the radio I remember. If that's what you're talking about, you got to tell me. I'm going to go Replacements because I really enjoy that movie. I'm going to go Replacements. Yeah. I don't know her name. The cheerleader that is with Shane Falco. She's got a great smile. Always remember that from that movie with that girl. She's always got that's the one thing that stands out. She always had a great smile. I love that movie. That movie's fun, man. The Australian kicker, all that stuff. That movie's hilarious. I enjoy The Replacements. Radio, I enjoy. I like that movie. But if you're going to tell me, hey, you got to watch Radio or Replacements, I'm going Replacements all the way. Friday Night Lights is amazing, Michael. The coach just died. The original coach from Friday Night Lights, actually, just passed away. The day before the season opener, I watch football movies. This year, it's Friday Night Lights and Remember the Titans. I love Remember the Titans. I have to fast forward through the part where the kid gets paralyzed. It kills me. I hate that part of the movie. I can't stand it that guy gets paralyzed. You know? That one just drives me nuts. That part, it's like Goose dying in Top Gun. It bothers me, bro. I hate that Goose dies in Top Gun. Crap. What was in Sons of Anarchy? Was it Ollie? Was his name? Was it Ollie or something? The dude with the beard that he they beat the crap out of him. You know what I'm talking about? Huh?
Opie.
Opie. Yes, Opie. God, that killed me. I hated watching Opie die in Sons of Anarchy. That was just it's again, those are some of the deaths in movies that just they bother me. It bothers me. I didn't want to see Opie die. I forgot the name of the blonde kid in Remember the Time. I don't want to see his ass paralyzed. I don't want to see Goose die. Apollo dying in Rocky IV. Yeah, bro. Come on, why can't he just get his ass badly knocked out and then he pulls an Italia Shire? Win, Rocky, win, you know? Win, Rocky. Win, Eye of the Tiger, Rocky. Win. See, I got no eye. You go get it for me. I think it rolled down in the ring somewhere. Opie is the same actor in Remember the Titans. No. No. No, no, no. No, that could not have sailed over my head that badly. No, that doesn't make sense. You got to look that up, Sean. The paralyzed kid is Opie? Well, his acting career sucks. He gets killed all the time. No. Wow. Wow, Harold, you killed me on that one.
It is. It's Ryan Hurst. It's the actor.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Harold, that's awesome, dude. I never knew that. I never realized that. That went right over my head. Obviously, Sean, too. I'm sure a bunch of you.
Gary Bertier.
That's his name?
That's in Remember the Titans. He was Gary Bertier.
Oh, that's his name. Okay.
He was the linebacker in Remember the Titans.
Okay.
And then he was Opie in Sons of Anarchy.
Wow. Harold, that's a great nugget, dude. The cheerleaders doing the stripper dance and getting the other team a false start to class. Oh, yeah, of course. Those are the best cheerleaders in the history of movies, right? The replacement cheerleaders, right? That's my kind of cheerleaders right there. Wow. That you blew me away with that one, dude. I had no idea. Admit it, how many of you out there, well, first of all, I don't know how many of you even saw Sons of Anarchy to even know who Opie was. So that's going to be a little tough. But if you did see Sons of Anarchy, be honest now, and Clash of the Titans, did you know, like were you as lost as I was, that Opie and the linebacker were the same guy? Did you know that? Because I overlooked it completely. Never even thought about it. If I ever meet the guy, I'm going to say, dude, your two deaths are the two deaths that bother me some of the most ever in any movie I've ever seen. That is awesome. He was Beta in Walking Dead. I don't watch Walking Dead, so I wouldn't know. He was in Saving Private Ryan. Tyler says, lost, brother. I didn't know he was in Saving Private Ryan either. Wow, that's a great nugget, man. Had no idea. That was good. That was really good. Not as good as Red Recover. We love Red Recover. Folks, we tell you about Red Recover all the time. It's been growing my hair back. When it comes to pain, neck, back, shoulders, elbows, knees, ankles, if you need a wrap, you've got chronic pain, you've got soreness from working out, you want to optimize your workouts, you can actually use it before and after workouts, just 15 minutes a day. It's going to make an incredible difference. If you have an old injury that constantly rears its ugly head, or, sometimes when it gets cold or there's humidity and you've got some pain, Red Recover can help you. It can help dogs too with their hips. It can help kids because it's all natural. There are no side effects. Red light therapy is something absolutely amazing. Go to redrecover.com, check out the blogs, read the blogs, see the video blogs, learn about red light therapy and how it can help you in so many ways. If you have an old injury or an operation that you've got a scar, and you've got a fresh scar now, and you're wondering how much is it going to stay, and people will be able to see it. Red light therapy can help you actually maybe possibly disappear that scar or make it look so much better. The before and after will blow you away. Go check out the examples. Go to redrecover.com. I'm telling you, the blood flow, whether it's for injuries, for soreness, in your brain, because by growing your hair back, it also gets the blood flow going in your brain. I mean, there are so many positives. Go to redrecover.com, use our code Big O, and you'll get 10% off. redrecover.com. All right, we are out of here. We thank Cam Wolf, Manny Navarro. As always, we thank Sean Stanley, the man that masters this program every single day. The C-Man also in the house. Remember, tomorrow and Thursday, we will have afternoon shows again because we are going to practice in the morning. Okay, so tomorrow and Thursday, they practice against the Eagles. We will keep you updated on all of that. Remember to subscribe to our channel. And that way you can catch all of the latest videos from camp and everywhere we go and anything else that happens. And don't forget our second channel, Big O Show Cuts. Please search for it and subscribe. We need to get to 1,000 there. We're going to add crypto segments. We're going to add music segments to that, along with other clips that don't end up on this channel. They go on that channel. So you'll see some other stuff there at Big O Show Cuts. So please follow that. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one.